Good morning. Setting up a few little thingies and we'll probably farm this dungeon for the next 3 hours. I mean, this is one of those things I gotta do. And then, oh no, we gotta do a little video about our new little build ski. We changed the gear and stuff. The low life variant. Then we gotta scale this sucker. I feel like we're kind of just waiting for them to re-enable Endless Rage. If they decide to do that. But hello! What's up? Good morning, my Diablo gamers. How goes the grind? I need all of you guys to run this dungeon and just give me your skulls. Okay, sound good? I need you to run this dungeon until your eyes bleed and give me your skulls. What are the skulls for? It increases physical damage. And I primarily do physical damage. Listen, 105 pit and sub 5. Shoo!
Anything
Red.
could be lurking here.
Redden. I don't know how much I'm gonna do only this on stream, but I do need to be doing this. We need lots and lots and lots of gems. It's just one of those like really consistent ways of making your guy stronger. And I'm like, they might not nerf it, but I'm a little bit worried that they will, just because it seems like if there's like one thing that you do and like, instead of it being like a bunch of different activities, you just kind of do the one activity. It feels like that might not be like what they want, but I don't know. Don't know. We made a short about this. And people, I think, know about this. But blasting this dungeon seems to reward you consistently. The last boss drops like pretty like decent level gems, like the royal gems, and sometimes can even drop grand gems. They drop a bunch of crafting materials and stuff too, which is nice. So it's just like a very quick farm for very like important and good stuff. So a lot of people are using this to farm up their like giga gems. Now it's still, I mean, I think it still takes quite a few runs. So if you wanted to farm gems, like, it's kind of like there's other things in the game where it's like if you want to farm this resource, then you do this content. But right now it's like if you want to farm gems, you do this guy. You know, drops royals all over the place. So, and I think, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure you just like, do you scrap them? Is that how this works? Like you would scrap the gems, and then craft the big ones? On Instagram, on some kind of fish to get a mythic. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, now we're in the squat mode. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't be able to squat either. I'm so weak. Gosh, my goodness. But yes, we need the skulls. Skulls aplenty. It feels like you should be able to throw like a bunch of royal gems in the cube, like some amount of royal gems in the cube, and turn it into a grand gem. I just don't know what that number is. But anyway, I don't think that's actually how it works. I think you have to crack up the royal gems and turn them into gem fragments, and then craft the grand gems from the gem fragments. I think. I haven't looked into it. I just know that these drop a bunch of gems, and if you want big gems, you gotta get the little gems. But it did drop me a grand at one point. Like the grand little whatever this one is. The grand topaz. That came from this. I just like tried a couple times, like, oh yeah, cool. But yeah. I think I gotta do this for a while. I would kind of not be surprised if there was some mythic involved in fishing. I wonder what it does. You know, is the myth? You think fishing's got to be involved in figuring out where the cow level's at, right? I'm overwhelmed by the amount of gear I have to sift through. Oh my goodness. Have you started using a loot filter yet? Like you're overwhelmed by the gear that's on the ground? Because if that's part of it, then you could use a loot filter. My little kitty cat picking up all this gold. If you haven't started using a loot filter, I'd recommend that. Bang, bang, bang. All right. Perfectly reasonable. Depending on like where you are in the game, I can send you a loot filter and like what build you're playing. If you're playing Whirlwind, I can send you mine. It does filter some stuff that's like not as good, but if you're just in the early game, then you might still want to like a loot filter, just maybe not like an end game one. You might want to adjust the strictness a little bit. But this is helping us get like some of those little tuning prisms that we used to craft last night. I mean, I don't think I'll be crafting for an all new build again for just a second because we did use a lot of resources. What's up, dude? This build is, I think, gonna be fine. It's just I'm not sure that it's better offensively yet, but gives us some options. Gives us some options. It's kind of chilly this morning, huh? I think I got my barbarian furs on, but yeah, I think we need to. This is just like a rite of passage, I think, right now, Diablo, or at least a nice little default activity to kind of farm power for your character. I just don't know like how intended it is. Yeah, which makes me a slightly bit concerned that it could get nerfed. But if they nerf it, it could be really bad. Because people have been farming this like crazy to have all the best gems in the game, which is a massive difference. What's the main factor for damage? Well, yeah, so crit chance is definitely one of those things. So crit chance, crit damage. We do some damage to close. Does a good amount of damage while berserking. A little bit of vuln damage. Can you temper vulnerable damage multiplier on a weapon? I would just off the top of my head think so. I would imagine, but it's really easy to find out if you can temper it. You just gotta walk to the temper guy and see if it's available. Now I guess if you're like kind of early in the game, you haven't found the different tempering recipes yet, I can understand that, but I would think so. You can definitely temper like crit damage. So yeah, I would imagine.
See what you've earned.
Sorry, how many fragments? What do I have total? Is it gem fragments? I could look. The thing is, I haven't been breaking down. Is that the strat? You get royals and then you break down the royals to turn them into the grands? Or can you Herodric the royals? Rubies and skulls are good. I go check real quick. You calculate 1 grand is 1 million, Herodric is 5 million. That's a good number to know. I'm actually gonna put that on my Diablo notes. They know I'm serious. What's up, Gung? Excellent, thank you. I will take a look. But again, are you breaking down all your royals and stuff? I got 8.2 million skulls not from farming, just gaming. Okay, I don't know if I have that much. Yeah, I don't have nearly that much. I have 238k. So I don't even have a million of any of these yet. But if I broke them down, maybe. Yeah, do you scrap these to get the other stuff? Does it mean we could turn them into fragments, I bet. I would have to rip out some stuff. What's crazy is the weapon, the gem effect. Transfiguration is the craziest one of all. Somebody in stream said they got it, and it makes their skulls do like 75% more damage. So then we were talking about that yesterday, just at the very end of the stream. People were saying that the strat is probably just to craft like kind of just, you know, just if you find any weapon that's like half decent, it's a 1 GA weapon, you just try to transfigure it, like craft it and transfigure it to have that effect on it, because it's gonna be better than anything else. Be better than any other GA that it's possible on the weapon, so that might be a bit of a strat. 2.5 million, yeah, I gotcha. Makes sense. But again, are you going and scrapping those the other gems to get fragments? You're still hunting for the uniques, yeah? That does let you kind of like scale things up a little bit. Let me go look. Stop shooting me. I wonder how many fragments you get when you scrap your stuff. Because it really does feel like you should be able to like take gems to the Herodric Cube and just like throw a bunch in there and have it level them up, you know? Kind of feels that way to me. Alright, now that we haven't been crafting for a million hours, I maybe can look at gear and kind of like parse whether it's good or not. we crafted for like 6 hours last night. It was crazy. Yeah, that's kind of interesting that you like even like 20 gems you wouldn't be able to like transmute it into something better. Add it together, right?
Wise to seek an
That's what I'm saying is you do scrap them though. That's like what you do to get 100k juice. Okay. You do scrap them. You put 5 times grand in a cube for 1 heraldic gem. Okay.
Thousands of gems.
I mean, I don't really need
of dust.
that really. Like, and then how does that look? Like once you start doing that, it's like, okay. Now you can start looking at grands, right? Now you can start getting some grands.
Keep your treasures close.
Once you start actually actively scrapping the gems that you find, now you start getting some grands. I'm gonna pull all the skulls out of these other weapons that I'm not using anymore, I think. Maybe not this one. I scrap and craft. Yeah, great. That's the main thing I wanted to know, is like, all good. You're scrapping, right? And that's cool. I really do feel like we could take the gems out of this stuff. Like, cause I'm just like having skulls just like sitting around, because I didn't necessarily want to like, I didn't necessarily want to like disable the sets that I was using in case I wanted to swap back, but I think we're okay for now, and I think I can remove the skulls. It also lets me know what gear I was using before, which is like, okay. Just for organizational purposes. 134 HP, isn't that funny?
From creation, destruction.
Isn't that cool? We're doing the low life variant, which is powerful, I reckon. I want all of this gear that I was using to be in the same place, if possible. I would like it to live together in harmony. That's okay. Close enough, huh? Close enough. How will you survive? You have a whole bunch of damage reduction effects, and then really the main thing is Melted Heart of Selig. It makes damage hit your resource bar first, and it's also greatly reduced. And then we also use this thing to spread that damage out. When you be damaged for at least 30% of your max life at once, which is like really easy to do, it makes it a dot, and then that makes it way easier for you to sustain it with your fury. So, kind of interesting. I'm gonna play around with it a little bit, and then we'll make a video for you guys about it. So yeah, every 10 gets you that, so that's cool. Dude, Lana, thanks so much for the 5 months, man. Big flex for you, pumping us up. Thank you, man. So you actually can just legit scrap all gems, yeah?
Here's what remains.
And then you can start crafting grands. So I need at least 2 of those. 2 skulls. Okay, so it begins, huh? So it begins, and then that's you know 4% more damage. There we go. Last tab craft skulls. You mean like this right here? Yeah. What's the last tab? This one right here? Yeah, I mean like I get that part. I wasn't sure if you could like craft them with a cube or whatever, but yeah, okay. Scrap and craft. That's how we roll. I guess I should be crafting if I am using them. I should be crafting them into grand. Like I'm using a green one for now, so craft one of those. Put her there. All right. Now we go to work. Back to the mines. As call it FPS is saying. That's funny. That makes sense. It's basically 10 royals equals 1 grand, basically. Basically. But you can add and remove gems from your weapons, but we should at least chill out for a minute and get my gems up to grand. But we could do this. We could do this all day. We could do this like for the next daytime stream. We could do this for the nighttime stream if we wanted to go crazy. It's just like pretty good gains. And then you have to farm the Transfigure, which is a whole other ball game. Because that's just making sure I get like GA to weapon damage maces and sending it. Here we go. Back to work. Thank you though, Delano, and big flex for you, man. Pumping us up. Hitting you with the flex in my little comfy little sweater here that I stole from Jenny. I like farming XP, but this will have to work. Yeah, isn't that funny? Using a couple different little thingies to allow you to do a low life variant of this build. I don't know if my Fury generation is enough without hitting something though. I mean, like, that is the idea that we hit something, but yeah, it doesn't look all that... I guess we also have to get started. I might not be permanently Berserk, or like, fully Berserk when we enter the dungeon for the first time. I might need a second to kind of ramp that Fury gen. I'm not thinking about it very much, but like... Maybe if we run this dungeon enough, I will sort of like start to passively recognize the layouts. So every royal is 1/10 of a grand. Cool. 10 royals make a grand. That's easy. Easy enough. All right, then 5 Herodric. In the cube. then 5 Herodric. Makes the Giga. Okay. Yeah, my Barbarian, yeah, he's crazy. He doesn't mind spinning, bro. A little spinning never hurt nobody, he says. Is Tyrael's might good? It's okay. It's good for a speed set. Depending on where you are in your barbarian's life. Are you watching the stream, Dom? It's good. Probably not. But yeah, Tyrael's might is okay for a speed set of this build. Like I might change my powerful affix from my like the heavenly strength. I might change it, but I kind of like the chest we crafted. I literally spin forever. Yeah, I mean you can do it in, you can do the infinite spin in D3 too. It takes a teeny little bit of like, you know, building for it, but you can do it. Ah, yeah, GemCon, you needed the two-handed weapon to kind of like balance out your you know, your situation there. Build guide, yeah. I got it on the YouTubes. We're gonna probably at some point today do a do an updated build video showing off how to like set up the low life version of it, which the low life version for me I think is doing a very similar amount of damage so far, but I think it gives you some really interesting like offense slash defense slash recovery scaling. And one of the main things is they need to re-enable the power. The limitless rage. They need to like see if that comes back, then that's a really good power for this build. If not, then we have to scale it just differently. Finish special and Lords of Hatred. I got a few of those to level 70. Nice. Yeah, hit the war plan, bro. Good job. D3, what's up? You couldn't spin forever unless you actually hit something? Oh, okay. This one has just like the baseline Fury generation. If you spec for it. I mean, D4, yeah, I think you have other options about how to like configure your gear, which is cool compared to D3. D4 is definitely my favorite Diablo. Farming up. So it begins. So it begins. We definitely don't have the Giga Gems and we probably won't get them, but we're going to be doing this for a while, boys. Hope you don't mind. Everybody get comfy. I'm going to spend some time in Seer's Reach. I'm a little bit concerned that they're going to nerf this. Which is why I wanted to make a little video for you guys about it yesterday and stuff, but... Today, we're gonna farm this for a while, and at some point I'll probably make a little vid ski about the setup with the low health. Because you don't have to... Like, once you get Melted Heart of Selig, you can go for it. It's just, I think the progression of going health first makes sense, but... The low life version, I think, is kind of where it's at. I do need to go up. I can tell. You're working? Oh, sounds good. But with Locke, you've been doing it good. Good. Oh, it'll be there in Dom. It just, I just play a lot. You get really strong in Diablo just by it just rewards you for just playing the game and leveling up. There's a couple little different grinds that you gotta do, like the gems and stuff, but yeah. Yeah, leaderboard, you definitely can. And how's Diablo? Oh, it's so fun, man. It's seasonal character, yeah, that's what you want to do. You wanna do the seasonal one, yeah. For sure. It's cool that there's a leaderboard though, huh? I think that's fun. We're not gonna be real high on the leaderboard either, but we'll keep you know, keep grinding. I think the cool thing with the tower and the leaderboard thing is there is always something that can challenge your character, right? That is like the ultimate end game. Is it's like a kind of, it's not straight up PvP like killing other players, which you can do that too, but it's there's always something to shoot for. At the end of it all, when your character gets strong and you want to put him to the test, what are you doing? Well, there's at least ladder, which is sick. And we'll probably eventually want to do that. Bruh. Eventually. Diablo's fantastic. Absolutely worth it, and seasonal when you make your guys worth it, yeah. For sure. Let's go. Just big time dungeon farming to get these gems. And like I said, it gives us more crafting materials. We spent a lot of gold yesterday. So before we do some kind of massive crafting session for like playing Rend or something, gotta get this going. I don't know, is every barbarian build playing Melted Heart right now? It does make you very tanky. I just don't know if the summoner build does it. I kind of think they don't. But Whirlwind is going to generate a ton of resources. And use a ton of resources, but I think it makes it okay. Real skulls and rubies? We love to see the skulls. Yeah, if you guys are farming dungeons and don't need skulls, but you need other gems, let me know and we can trade. I pretty much just need skulls and like a couple rubies. But after that, like if you guys are playing something that uses emeralds or blue gems and you want to trade for skulls, please let me know. Very interested in that. We can make a trade. I feel like that's probably like a really big deal going on in like the actual trade, which I haven't really used, but like actual, like, you know, like trade chatting. I would be absolutely interested in trading for your skulls. Because I will not be needing sapphires, I don't think, for the most part. I don't really need topaz for the most part. I don't really need amethyst for the most part. Maybe for the dot build, but I don't know if I'm doing a dot build right now. The rubies would be cool if I did a fire variant, but I kind of like this one. Diamond, emerald, sapphire, crafts into skull the jeweler. Oh, really? See, this guy's got the deets, got the know-how. Okay. So like gem fragments, you can turn those into skull. Is there any penalty on them? My man. Diamond, emerald, sapphire, crafts into skull. Okay. Well, that's freaking huge. Okay. Dude, the other thing about Diablo is it makes it so comfy for like SSF. Like you don't have to do trading when you can do stuff like that. 2/3? Okay. So I think you'd still rather trade with a player 1-to-1, but if you didn't want to, then you can just convert them, huh? Probably still worth if you're not gonna mess around with the trading. Diamond, emerald, sapphire. It is kind of nice to be able to AFK a little bit and not die. Is Barb the best endgame class right now? So every class is good. The best like raw pit pusher is Sork. But Barb's awesome, yeah. I mean, if you like Barbarian, then play it. But I think everything is, I mean, it's Diablo, so like everything is busted, you know? Like everything goes crazy. 30k becomes 20k skulls. I mean, it's not that bad, but yeah. Not that bad, but you know, if you could do better, right? You might want to. You could just trade 1-to-1. Anybody, I mean, I guess maybe other people are just doing their thing too. Every class can do endgame content, play what you like. Yeah, every class can get strong enough to like one-shot everything. Just gotta farm up your guy, you know? Play what you like, I agree. Barbarian is what I like to play. I'd be playing Barbarian even if it was the worst. I don't think it is. But Sork is the best, if that's what you're asking. But everything's pretty okay. Huey doesn't usually nerf mid-season. Well, I mean, like, I feel like if something is like... So they do nerf, but it's also it's not, you know, it's the beginning of the season, really, but... like, if one dungeon, like, if this dungeon is, like, creating a loop where people just only do this dungeon to farm this, then they might change that, but maybe not. Like, they might be okay with being like, yeah, this is the gem farming dungeon. You guys found it. It was kind of supposed to be, like, just, like, a little bit of a, oh, hey. We didn't say anything about it, but here it is. This is the gem farming dungeon, so that might be the case. Barb's nuts? I mean, I like it a lot. It's just nice. It's like, yep, that's my guy. I play Barbarian no matter what. I haven't really ever played a Whirlwind Barb with any kind of like big consistency, I guess. We did play Whirlwind like for the ZDPS setup that we did. I played like Tank Barb in D3 when we were doing group content, and that was pretty fun. But I was mostly playing Frenzy. But this season I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna do some Whirlwinding, dude. I just kind of like on the season start we were like, what build, what spec do you want to play? What ability do I want to use? And I was like, well, Whirlwind's pretty chill. Let's do that. And so I did it, and it's been awesome. It's been good. I usually like more of like a hit style. Like I liked Rend a lot. I did Double Swing. I've done Hoda. I really like all of those. But yeah, this time around, I was like, well, let's send the Whirlwind, and it's been good. Been pumping. And then we just swapped over to
Anything could be
the low life variant since we got all the we got Era of Perdition. We got Melted Heart. We already had a Ring of Starless Skies. And I was like, I guess once we got the Heart of Selig, I was like, I guess we're gonna do this thing, man. If it solves your defense and lets you scale your offense, that's pretty good. But Mace, it's the Hand of Rag. It's so sick, huh? So sick. I love it. Big WoW gamer, so speaking to me. It is in the, yeah, it's a store cosmetic. You have to buy the reliquary, and then you can farm up the little WoW currency stuff. Oh, hello. You can farm up the little WoW currency to unlock stuff with it. I feel like I have a lot of the. I don't think there's a cap, but I do want to buy Thunder Fury. Sick. Like, isn't this stuff like insane? I want to buy Thunder Fury. I want to buy this guy. But yeah, so once you buy the reliquary, then you can farm up these little like WoW, like event currency tokens, and get all this like really cool looking stuff. Yeah, it's incredible. It is incredible how good they look. I could chuck Ashbringer on my guy. Get the Corrupted Ashbringer. We could get the WoW portal, MTX. Yeah. Because we've definitely earned a lot of this just by doing this. But yeah, you buy the reliquary so that you can just like get this stuff, and you will very naturally get it just by playing the game. So kind of cool, huh? Yeah, the WoW collab is just absolutely insanely good. It's this one. Did I already get this one? Must have. Yeah, I did. It says ready to claim. If I click it, oh, there we go. A Mark of Azeroth. I want to equip it. All right, I don't need to buy everything, but yeah. Like not. I mean, I will buy everything, but not right now. Pretty cool, huh? Is that a one-handed sword? Which one? No ton of mog. We have to do gem farming. Oh, I do have 2 swords now. I could do Thunder Fury. We could do this one. We could do this one. Doesn't really match my Mog, but it, it does look really cool, huh? A two-handed sword. We could do Ashbringer. What I was doing is Untamed Blade because I thought it looked really cool. Look at that. But of course we have Hand of Rag. They do have Illidan wings. I mean, they look cool, but I think I'm cool with this one. What's this? Dang, okay. We're just WoW gamered. Got the Thunder Furies. They're really good at getting people with the FOMO in this game. I mean, like, is it FOMO when it's just like, whoa, that looks cool, I want that? Like, does that necessarily FOMO? It's just, isn't that just like designing cool stuff that people like? Is that really FOMO? When you see something that you think is cool that you want, it's not necessarily FOMO, but yes, I guess but also not every item that they make is going to be in the shop forever. That would be the FOMO element, but it's like that also makes sense, unless they want the shop to just have like hundreds of things, which maybe they do. They're still like half the price. Yeah, they could be cheaper for sure, but they could be more expensive too. Yeah, the FOMO would be that it's not there forever, yeah. But maybe it'll come back around, and maybe it will be on sale next time, but yeah. Anyway, they are really cool, and I agree. I had to get them. Had to get them. I don't think that Thunder Fury matches my set very well. Everything else looks pretty good, but I don't think the Thunder Fury matches. It's just cool that you can do it. And you know what? It might match another set. We could put on the Untamed Blade, and that would probably match a little better. They're a little small, but compared to WoW, sometimes the WoW ones are really like massive. What am I doing here? There we go. Cosmetic away for months at a time. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, the Barbarian, he's a spinny boy. He doesn't seem to mind. He doesn't seem to mind too much. Yo, Apex, thank you so much, man. A big flex for you. Pumps up for 60 months, bringing the Prime back around. This time for 5 years, man. That's crazy. Thanks for being part of the team and part of our journey, man. Let's keep it going, dude. Let's keep it pumping. You can transmog one weapons two-hander. In WoW, yes. Well, you can transmog two-handers into one-handers. In WoW, you can. In this game, no. I don't think so. I don't believe so. I'm just obsessed with the Hand of Rag, dude. Can you hide the other weapons? No, you can hide their Mog. You can't hide the weapons. Hand of Rag is so sick. Yes, you can link Thunder Furies to people now, I think. Maybe? Get one of them robes? Yeah, it's a sweater from that Jenny has. Jenny, where did you get this thing from? It's Lulu? Oh, okay. It's a Lululemon kind of sweater. It's a Lulu. Looks kind of like a robe. It's kind of cozy like a robe. Some cozy Diablo 4 gaming, huh? And we probably could use a slightly faster set for this. We don't really need everything that this set gives me, but I don't want to like already be crafting something else. I mean, my move speed is sufficient. I'm wearing, no, this one's not Lulu. This is the light one. This, what is it? Baltic Born. Okay. Baltic Born is this one. Yeah, that's what you said about this one. You buy your girl a dress and get you one of these too. Yeah, it's not real heavy. It's actually very light. You worked in Surge, I'd love to be able to wear something warm like that. They freeze on the OR, yeah. You probably can't be wearing this during surgery, huh? You got a very particular apparel for that. So we're gonna be farming some gems today, boys. Gotta be done. We could put on the Tyrael's Might and it would give us this artillery shrine all the time. And move faster, but I think I'm alright. We're pretty fast. I'll be alright. How to get the WoW weapons? So there's the WoW like bundle that you can buy in the shop, but then there's also the reliquary. The bundle has some stuff, but the reliquary also has like the Hand of Rag and whatnot. I think there's like another separate weapon pack that you can buy that also has Shadowmourn. I didn't get the Shadowmourn one, but I might have to. Just Blizz is just, you know, knows just what to do to get all the WoW gamers all riled up. It just looks so sick in the game. And then I'm using the T2 set. I just have it colored differently, so it looks more fiery. I do kind of want these. There we go. In terms of things that get automatically picked up, I feel like you can automatically pick up every cube crafting thingy. The cube is new, so they didn't, you know. I think you definitely should just automatically pick up that kind of stuff. Like this little guy. Did it automatically? Okay, pick up that thing too. Somehow I ended up on loads of gear, charm, seals. Let me ramp up core skills. My Whirlwind's at level 36. Yeah, that's what I was doing with Marshall. I just needed a little bit more max fury. So yeah, I had like all the Marshall skills, but I need a little bit more max fury, so we got to do that. Got to get the max fury, because max fury is your health pool basically, and it scales your damage with Ramalodnes. So you do want some of that. You do want some of that. You do not want your fury to get all the way expended. We'd have to do pretty tough content, I think, to take hits hard enough to expend all of our max fury, but you know, like, just one of them things, dude. You got to get that. But yeah, the plus skills and the charms is nice, huh? Yeah, pets do pick up some stuff for you. I just don't think they don't pick up everything. Like those items you do actually have to click on. I just think it would be cool to not click on it. Nice. You zooming? Big royals. We farming. Let's see version of WoW Diablo style. A lot of people have been saying that after seeing how cool the WoW stuff looks in Diablo. A lot of people are like, yo, dude, we need this kind of graphic style in WoW. Would I ever play hardcore? In Diablo, I don't know if I'd want to play hardcore in Diablo. There's just so much, like, if you get clipped by one little pellet from a boss, it just one-shots you. Like, that's how the encounters are designed. I think Diablo is a really fun, like, grindy, like, smooth progression kind of game. So it's not that I would never play hardcore. I'm just not, like, a big hardcore gamer in general. But I mean, you have to build your character differently. Like, if you could build Meddled Heart, and if you play hardcore, you'd probably be playing like real chill. And I'd like to kind of like limit test a little bit. Like, I'm gonna kill these guys. See what the build's capable of more than hardcore, I think, usually lets you do. But yeah, it's not that I would never do it. I just really like the way Diablo works as like a good old progression game. Look forward to I'm more interested in like trying out different builds and stuff than I am, like, you know, having my character die. Like, I don't like dying enough as it is, but the way that it works is fine for now. I know it makes everything like more intense, but I also like being able to look over and read chat and like kind of relax while gaming, you know. Played on release, didn't like, came back with LOH, playing through the original story, totally fell in love with this time around. Yeah, okay, so you're gonna love Endgame too. I think I'll stick around here for a very long time. Yeah, Diablo is fantastic right now, man. This is the best it's ever been. You can nerd out making builds, interesting choice regarding builds, why not? Yeah. I think the builds like are a little bit more streamlined, but it makes it like the game accessible, which is a good thing. And we did like legit 6 hours of crafting last night, it felt like. And the crafting in this game is very good. It's pretty deterministic. Like, you can kind of make an item what you want it to be for the most part. Transfiguration you don't have direct control over, of course, but like everything else you can kind of make the item what you want as long as you have enough resources to do it. And you can kind of do it like that in PoE if you really know what you're doing, but I feel like it makes it much more approachable, which is cool. It's in a really great spot right now. I think people, if you're on the fence, give it a try. Blizzard makes the best game. They make all my favorite games. I do like PoE 2 though, so next month, or I guess at the end of this month, we'll be playing some PoE 2, but that gives us a lot of time to grind out this. So I haven't really put Overpower in my build, but I haven't transfigured hardly anything, so we definitely could add like Overpower legendary powers if we wanted to. But no, I haven't gone the Overpower route yet. The only Overpower that I have right now is from Wrath of the Berserker. But I think Overpower is gaining some steam. I think a lot of people are trying it out and liking it. Kind of weaving it in. Finding ways of putting Overpower in their setup. And hitting really hard with it. So it's an angle that I will be maybe, you know, paying attention to. I just haven't done it yet. I just kind of was winging my build to the point where we could beat the game, and now it's like, okay, now I'm kind of looking around and seeing what people are up to. Like, what did you guys come up with? And I was just like doing, you know, good old like high health, just tanky Whirlwind, and with that we were able to beat the stuff. And now it's like, what do we got now? If you read on Banished Talisman unique glyph, you can see the damage potential. A banished one. What's that one? The banished one? Because I think I might have been using that. No, I was using the Nomad one. But yeah, you can do some crazy stuff, right? How much HP? I have 534 HP. But I've heard some things. There's some whispers that people are liking Overpower. We may need to look into it. I feel like for pit pushing, it probably wouldn't be that annoying to like weapon swap for a little bit of Overpower and stuff, if that's kind of what you do. But right now, no, I'm not weapon swapping at all. 12% crit damage for Overpower stack? Oh, that's big, yeah. That's like double scaling, right? Because you can scale your Overpower and crit damage with that. Juicy. So you can rune word? Yeah, it's just 2 rune words, but yeah. That's some cool stuff. Yep. Mostly just doing a lot of shouting with it, but yeah. Pretty cool. We're not using the barrier anymore. I think of the biggest things to focus for damage spikes for Barb, so I'm gonna get past T6 or T8 right now. So in tier 8, like, I'm trying to think, like Ramaladni's and Selig is powerful, but I don't know if you do. I don't know if you have Selig in tier 8 yet. I mean, obviously you have like a 5-set glyph bonus is always a massive spike. I'm trying to think of things that aren't mythic related. Just settling into a build, I think, at that point. Like, what are you working on? It's the dominate glyph. 300% additive damage per stack, yeah. We could work on leveling that bad boy up. We'll see. I don't really have any source of Overpower right now besides Wrath of the Berserker. I'll take a look at the glyph in a second. Because our tankiness is pretty much good to go. The matter now is like you got to figure out how to do damn. And we're doing okay damage, but it's like the damage that I'm doing right now is kind of like what we were doing before. Dominate. Every 5 willpower, you deal 1% more damage with Overpower. Every 12 seconds, you gain a charge of Overpower. How many charges of Overpower are you trying to get? So do you just keep Overpower? It doesn't get consumed anymore? Is that how that works? Interesting. Interesting. Mwah. You can put 8 more stacks in 2 ender, and you get 12 in max stacks. It drains 4 seconds per stack. Right, that doesn't get consumed by you swinging. It's just like they just fall back off. But if you generate enough of them, right, you can have like 11 or 12 of them up at all time. That's a lot of damn. That's a lot of damn. Yeah, I haven't locked in any of the legendary powers that I've chosen, so. I was going to just a pure Whirlwind build, Air Perdition, Gores, Vault, Starless Sky, trying to farm Grandfather Ramalanis. Yeah, Ramalanis would be good. You could even do like I like Jorits as well, but I think Jorits kind of fell out of the build. Hoda had a consume. Okay. I gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, I'll start brainstorming for Overpower stuff, maybe. So I'll start looking out for it and whatnot. I mean, I can start just putting a couple points in the Dominate glyph just so I like have it around, right? We can look at it. Okay. Interesting. Gonna farm some gems and kind of think about what we're doing next, because this does make me stronger. It's not like the most like variety of content, but wait, I'm chilling. Whirlwinding through and making gains. Here's your Goblini. Thanks, bro. And Wrath of Berserker gives you Overpower stacks too. So alright, so the idea is to stack a bunch of Overpower stacks and they don't get consumed, you just maintain them. You just maintain this huge damage buff. And what are the ways that you're gaining Overpower? Do you get it from the Paragon, the board? You get like 1 per second, 1 every 12 seconds from the glyph. Is that where people are doing a weapon swap thing again? Like people are using Lunging Strike to generate some Overpower every time you weapon swap? I mean, that could be good. I mean, I am using the Weapon Master where I'll get Fury from it, but that's not, I don't know. Let me go back to town real quick and see what we're doing here. Mwah. We can get some more skulls. Oh, it felt like a little bit of farming. Seems kind of cool. So, where do you do the conversion? Gem fragments. I want skull fragments, and I can turn these into skull fragments from everything else. Is that correct? So I guess all the fragments that I have, I sort of turn them into that, right? But you also salvage everything, I think, right? One second. One sec. Okay. Is it not better to Herodic? I think the escrow company's trying to get in touch. I just don't. I get so many calls from like a bunch of random people that I don't know like which one's the real escrow company. But they're calling me. Title, aspect, and weapon, and banished lord, unique amulets. Okay. That's fine. I just want to make sure it didn't like it wasn't like slipping through. Sorry, is it not better to Herodic Cube upgrade them? I think it's only for Grand Plus. I got the Heart of Selig. I'm taking too much damage to actually work. What do you have in, what do you do? So Heart of Selig is what so you have to craft like all your gear again, and I'm probably gonna like go over this in a video, but we did it for 6 hours yesterday. So the main thing for Heart of Selig is you want Ramaladni's is what scales your damage. Endurant Faith helps you spread the damage out, and then you have to have no life on any of your gear. Then it's all about like your health, and your health regen is Fury max resource and Fury generation. So it's a lot of Fury generation, and it's a lot of like proccing max resource, but no life on any of your gear at all. So it's kind of like a big switch. We did do that yesterday though. You can almost craft 4 Grand Skulls from conversion only. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What do you bring?
That's what I'm saying. Oh dear God, yeah. I know.
Here's what remains.
So we try to craft gold fragments. Is that correct? Well, how do you just craft all? Am I dumb? Like, what happened? Whoa. How many times do you have to do this every single time? Really? There's gotta be a better way.
Like the eyes of like.
This is how you SSF it, but I feel like you could probably find people to trade gems 1-to-1, but this will work, I guess. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I mean, we'll get through it, but yeah. The thing is, I do need rubies, but we're not consuming rubies. Diamonds would probably be okay to have too.
Plucked from the sky.
But I guess we do this first, yeah?
Ah, beautiful, no?
Damn! Holy moly. Let me take these bad boys and we bring them over here, huh? Do I need anything else? Sheesh. Okay. Boom. 1/5 of a flawless Herodic, yep. Gaming now, dude. We're gaming now. Okay. We are gaming now, boys.
Wise to seek an Ascari.
Am I crazy to think that this won't really maybe take like that long? Is that cope? Done. Not that bad. Look at that. That's big gains. All right, I'll be right back real quick. Grab some more drink and we'll keep farming. Appreciate you guys hanging out, keeping us company while we're on the grind. Copy paste 999, save a few buttons. Okay, yeah, maybe. Right. More hydration. Ugh. However, game time till now. Yeah. So I haven't really been farming gems till now, right? That's the thing. But yes. I feel like if you actually just farm that area, it will definitely increase your rate of gem acquisition, but yeah. It could be a minute. It could be a minute. What we also got to do is farm up little weapons that can have the gem effect in there. We're gonna need that. That's gonna be big. How's it going though, Lucas? What up, big dog? All right, keep farming. For now. I'm not sick of it yet. Look at the difference though. 28% versus 24%. That's a 4% difference. It's kind of a lot. You did, isn't that sick? How cool is that, huh? How cool is that? What are you doing, Sam? It's like all of our game time until now, except that it's like all of our game time so far today. So like in an hour, right?
Quite the challenge.
Because yeah, we farmed up some gem fragments, but it's like farming gem fragments this way, I think is much faster than anything else.
You're there.
I'm going the wrong way though.
Help us get out.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Boom. You know, I guess we're also like technically gaining some levels. Technically. I just gotta figure out where we even want to put our stats now. I feel like it's just we may want to actually like bolster some of our stuff now. Like get dexterity in this radius and start putting up is this in the radius? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think I have most of the stuff that I want out of the little nodes, so I think we start powering up our damage this way, which is kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. 22% crit damage is kind of a big level, don't you think? Kind of wild. So we're gonna make some gains today, boys. Honestly, maybe even the next 2 hours we hit Paragon 250. Kind of a cool little break point to hit. We just keep plastering pits. Is it this looper right here? Gotta learn these layouts for maximum efficiency. The WoW collab though in this game is so cool. You have a lot of cool items. A lot of cool WoW items. Farming the Scorpy. Ooh. So, title on your wep. The tier gear? Yeah. But red, yeah, exactly. So title on the weapon for overpower stuff. And how are you generating overpower? Because title just increases your max overpower stacks, right? Do you go into the Overpower Paragon board too? The Overpower gamers? I believe it's a thing. I believe. It's fun where all the barbarians, we're all kind of figuring this stuff out together at this point. I kind of do my own thing to get my guy all the way through Mephisto, kind of clear that, and then it's like, all right, let's work together here, boys. Let's brainstorm it out. 3 skulls, yes sir. Yes sir. Tell me more. Where can I find this build? So the basics of it are on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna make a video showing off the new gear because in order to use the low life variant of it, and you have to craft a bunch of gear with no life on it. You need Ramaladnis, you need Melted Heart of Selig, and this Endurant Faith charm is really nice to have. Some people are saying that they don't need it though. But you need lots of resource generation, lots of max resource, and no life on any items. So, kind of interesting. But what that allows you to do is be very tanky and scale your damage off of max resource. And then eventually, if they do re-enable the Limitless Rage aspect, you can scale your damage off of Limitless Rage, which is generating rage, which is what you do well in this build. So your kind of health pool and recovery are based off of your fury now. You have very low life, but you have a decent amount of fury. And again, the fury is what's kind of your max fury is what's determining like the extra damage amp from Ramaladnis, and then all the recovery kind of helps keep you alive. So you become very tanky, and your damage stays pretty good. It's a nice way to transition to continue to scale the build. So the next step might be incorporating Overpower, but the thing is, like, when they re-enable Limitless Rage, Overpower is probably still good, but like Limitless Rage may be really good still. So that will be a legendary power that we may still want to like kind of keep in mind to use. This right here is not a sponsored stream, but I am a Diablo partner. So we did do a sponsored stream with Diablo, and we're gonna be doing like some sponsored videos and posts with them still. But no, this we're not sponsored for this stream, no. But I am a Diablo partner, so that's awesome. I love Diablo though, man. I'm having so much fun. And the sponsored opportunities definitely just, you know, make it even cooler. Have you tried Diablo 4's new season though, dude? What does? Power gives you 86 max fury and OP build as well. Wait, what's that one? DE Deluge power? Deluge power, perhaps? I haven't looked into that one. D4 main for now, right now we are, yeah, for sure. Deluge legendary power, okay. That gives you a bunch more max fury. Oh wow. That's very juicy. Again, I haven't transfigured any of my gear that we crafted for this set, so we can absolutely change legendary powers if we wanted to. We certainly can. How does Diablo work? Well, so if you got the expansion right now, you would level through the campaign, and then once you finish the campaign, you get access to the endgame loop of like doing all kinds of different activities, and you can follow the war plan to kind of get a path through that you level up. And by doing that, you kind of find loot, level your character up, kind of progress through the various torment tiers, which scale XP and rewards, and at the end of it all, you can take on the biggest, strongest bosses for, you know, the best chance at loot. But I mean, everything in the game pretty much drops everywhere for the most part. But then at the very end of it all, you can power your character up as much as you can to be able to take on the ladder and see if you got what it takes compared to other people too. So
this place is...
it's a pretty fun loop. I mean, I'm super into it, so I'm loving it. Absolutely worth playing. If you haven't gotten into Diablo or the new expansion yet, now's the time, bro. It's the best Diablo's ever been. My guy's gotten pretty strong right now. But what we're doing is a lot of content turns into like just blastification farm content to get a little bit stronger, to then progress your guy at the grand test of it all, which is like the pit and the tower, which is kind of the same thing. The pit is the like unranked version. The tower is like you get your rank. But I guess you can also test your guy on Echoing Hatred. That's another piece of content that scales up a ton. Blasting. I am very interested in the overpower idea, though. Where do you put the deluge enchant? Because that's something that we could try out. That's not like a massive change to all of my gear again. I have it on ring. Is it like a 60% buffer? I guess if it's 96%, or sorry, if it's 96 max fury, that's gonna be like, not quite a 50 one, but like a 48% increased damage with Ramaladni's, but it also gives you defense too. 96 max fury is 96% more damage. Is it? Isn't it half with Ramaladni's? Oh, because Selig doubles it. Oh, that makes it crazy then. Yeah, okay. Is it doubled? Yeah, it is doubled. Okay, no, yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, the 96 is the base amount, not the total. Okay. I see what you're saying. Crazy. Let me go look at this thing. I don't think we can set it all up yet, but okay, so there's Edge Masters, or let me see if I have a good version of it. Deluge. Hey, I do have it maxed out. It's a resource. Overpower stacks increase your primary resource by 8 and regeneration by 2. Oh, that's pretty neat. So you do put that on ring. Wow. Okay, so would I be able to test out Overpower just by doing those two things? Just by putting it on a ring and then two-hander, and then what else would we want to do? Because I'm interested. I think it sounds kind of fun. Deluge on ring. You not really need a lot. Oh, okay. All right, we'll have to look around then. Deluge on ring, title. So we'll just put the stats together. Maybe we won't then. Finally got the yellow weapon for my Barb. Do you know if the tuning prism for core stat will ever miss if I remove and add until I get a good strength roll? I don't think core is core stat. I think core is core skill. Oh, skill and core stat. Oh, interesting. I haven't used that one yet. I think strength could also be an aggressive one, maybe? Maybe not, though. So what you should do, Sausage, is you should find another weapon that's kind of similar, but maybe not like as good, and just test it. I would mess around with a weapon that's similar and see what happens. I wouldn't want you to get messed up by that either. Okay. That makes sense? You do need a lot to make the overpower thingy work? Okay. Interesting. Sounds cool, though. I tested it, and it did miss 6 times in a row. Okay, I think you're probably good then. You're probably okay. Good luck. But, I mean, if anything is GA'd, it'll remove the GA. If it rolls it differently, so just keep that in mind. You don't want to take the GA off. But if you just, yeah, you're just trying to remove it and add it back to get a good strength roll, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. I think you should be okay. I hope. Did that say grand? Am I making it up? I'm making it up. Okay. I'm making it up. What we're doing right now is we're farming gems, boys. We're farming gems. The gems are just a very consistent way of making your character more powerful. And we're getting the teeniest, tiniest bit of XP while we're at it. What's up, Gunny? Let's go, man. What up, big dog? Farming some gems, brother. Swagged out in our WoW Mog, and everybody is really enjoying. So thanks again for pumping us up for that one, dude. Looks nice. Is 16 and off max strength roll really that big of a difference? Not really. Always just finish crafting that weapon and then, you know, find another one. What's funny is, here's the thing about getting perfect weapons. Transfiguring the percent increased gem effect on it is way more important than any amount of GAs that the weapon could have, I think. So as long as you get like the right stats, maybe like 1 GA, and then just try to roll the increased gem effect transfigure, I think might be the strat. Banished Lord, unique, or thingy, dominate glyph, ranked up, deluge on ring. You don't need CDR. You can perma call the ancient. Okay, cool. I wonder if I should go perma call the ancient on this build actually. CDR would probably be good, but I might go perma call the ancient on this dude. And just like keep spam summoning him. Get attack speed and dam. I don't know. Yeah, crazy. At least that. What the heck? I did kind of throw away some good gloves yesterday, but we're over that now. We're past that. We're over it. I hadn't even thought about it until you reminded me, but we could try the perma ancient right now. Actually, I think that might be kind of chill. I don't mind Wrath, but it's like Wrath seems like it would work well with what I'm doing here, but take the dam, take this. Bust it out. Where's he at though? Hold on a second now. Oh, I see. Right. I'll try it out. I know, dude. That's brutal, man. That's brutal. I was gonna do something I forgot. Oh. I mean, that doesn't sound like too much. You don't have to like. You don't have to like craft all your gear again. Is what I'm saying. Dominate glyph, title, deluge. That's not that bad at all, man. But are you not using the I don't like that it kind of hitches my guy though.
I have your back, friend.
Is he at least always out? Because he used to like despawn. I don't know if 20% damage increase is enough to overpower how much Wrath of the Berserker gives you over a burst. Maybe for this kind of content, it's okay. Don't know. He just does no damage on his own. He just kind of buffs you. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I have much CDR in the build anyway, so probably for the best. Yeah, just do dam. Yeah, exactly. I do like that. The Twitchster. Call out the homie and let him go to work. He's kind of just like hanging out with me as a buff guy though. 7% increased damage, something like that. Just another more multiplier for us. Okay, also about the Overpower thing, are you using the Overpower Paragon board? Is that a thing for you? Every day, warm and sunny. Oh, lovely. Staying busy. Is more DPS sports? Okay, cool. Just one less thing to worry about. Cool. Sounds fun. I mean, you just gotta like find the best stuff and just squeeze a little bit more damage out of it where you can. How have your pits gone with that build? Been pumping pretty good? I like Wrath of the Berserker, but yeah, I mean, I really don't have like any CDR on my guy at all, so. I don't really know where else I could put my points though. Like, it's like I'm putting points in the bros, but like, I don't know. Like they're still not gonna do much. Weapon Master, Blood Rage, Carnage, and Flawless Technique. I don't think I'm. I think I took out Blood Rage. I am using Warbringer though. I think I kind of like Warbringer. Maybe I don't need it though. I think I kind of like it though. Yeah, is it the Raghammer? It is, yeah. It is. You using Warbringer with that too? I think there's probably other. I think there's other things that maybe do a little bit more damage. I think Blood Rage might do a little bit more damage than Warbringer. But oh well. I feel like it is nice to have that, like, the fortify. It's probably just not that hard to fortify. When you have this low health. Not sure. Because also you can fortify just by spamming Rallying Cry too. I don't know. Might be better the other way. But I also don't really like having any source of bleed. I don't have any source of bleed right now, and I find that I like bleeds, but like I was finding it kind of annoying. Like I don't want to like not have bleed up all the time, and you don't. You only have bleed up like when you have like Iron Blood or something like that. No, or not Iron Blood, Iron Skin, and it's just like, dude, it's just troll. Not having your juices flowing all the time. I did switch to Weapon Master from that one though. I like popping enemies like when they're high health and low health. It's fun. You make a dang impact, bang! Ah, all the mobs just get like blasted. And then you have those bosses when they're low health trying to do all their craziness. Like I swear, like when I do this, it looks like he's going Wrath of Berserker mode. He's not quite. Just popping off. Calling out the homies. So sick. Yeah, the Hand of Rag looks amazing. I love it. I mean, I'm spinning around a lot, so you don't always see it, but like, I can't get over how cool it looks. Like, Hand of Rag with Hodaquake. Can you imagine how sick that would be? Hand of Rag with Hodaquake. Sounds unreasonably cool. My gosh. Brother. Brother. Might have to, bro. He ran us through a lot of content. He wants to get the Grandpappy? We'll get you a Grandpappy. We got to get your mythic weapon thingies done. I mean, I don't even know. I don't know if it's on the stream or not. I'm always busy, but he was running us through stuff in Classic WoW, so I think we probably owe him. Killed Mephisto? Yeah. Of course. Of course. But I haven't fought him at tier 11 or tier 12 yet. Let's see. Alright. Okay. I have 3 keys in the Undercity. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah.
Anything could be lurking here.
And we can do Duriel. But you'll have more grandpappies than you know what to do with. You'll get grandpappied up. Grandfather is a great weapon and before you go low health. That thing cranks. I am a fan of the Grandfather for sure, but it's not what you use once you go low health. But before you go low health, like getting that Omega crit damage multiplier and all stats, it's just a really nice weapon to kind of get you there. Ooh, a grand. There we go. Dropped a grandster. Nice. I don't know why Warlock felt so bad. I feel like Warlock's pumping, no? It just you just weren't vibing with the Warlock? Is that maybe something was going on? But Duriel might drop Grandfather. But I wonder what Duriel drops that would be useful for me. Like getting a, I don't. The thing is, I don't know if I'd really use Temerity. I don't know if I'd really use Tibalt's anymore. I don't really have any sources of Unstoppable. I don't think. I mean, the resource generation is cool. We could run it with Iron Skin again, but I guess if I got Tibalt's, I'd run Iron Skin again. That's kind of the answer. I suppose. Did pit 1 in 25 and 450. You're speed. That's a big pit and a fast time, dude. I don't think I do pit 120 and 450. That's crazy, man. You're cranking. You're showing the power of the Overpower. Showing you got the gains, baby. I did add remove stat with without a single miss. Okay, so that works for buffing up the core stat of a weapon. If it's not like GA'd, you can, and it's a rare, you can play around with it to get the max roll. That's fun. So I've done high pitch, just been grinding. Yeah, I feel you. It's fun, dude. It's fun. It's fun grinding. Yesterday we did a lot of work crafting and stuff, but it's fun. Enjoying it. Right now we're just doing some gem farming because I think the gem farming is big gains. It's good. Thanks, Sausage, for the testing though. Open with 2 GAs, yeah. Good. The main thing that you got to do is get the like I said, get the gem effect transfiguration. That's the juice, man. That's the juice. So, do these guys have some kind of like special benefit? No. I mean, I guess we might want to get the guy that does Dust Devils. If he even does them. He might not even do them because he's not puffed. He's not like buffed up, just Whirlwind fools. Doesn't really matter. I think he's just there for the 7% damage increase, I guess. Or you could use the damage reduction, and then of course the attack speed and damage buff that we get when we summon him. Cool. Yo. What gem effect? So it's literally the Transfiguration. It says percent increased gem effect. So a gem goes from doing, you know, increasing your damage by 20% to like 70%. Like, it's absurd how powerful that is. So I'm pretty sure what you want to do is just like, don't stress out about your weapon that much when it comes to the GAs, and just like craft the weapon to get it the way you want it to be, and then transfigure it and hope for the gem effect, which overpowers everything else that can possibly be on the weapon, I think. At least right now. I mean, maybe they'll nerf it, but yeah, increased gem effect seems like by far the most broken thing. So it's almost like nothing else matters on the weapon comparatively, but yeah. You got a lucky J, nice. Very nice. Again, I gotta put all you guys to work, man. I need you guys farming. I need you guys farming the dungeon and giving me your skulls. Oh, gem effect can be on legs too? That's cool. It's just, I think the weapon is like way more powerful than anything else. Did you, when you got the gem effect, did you use the safety feature for the transfigure, or did you just send it? I can't imagine that gem effect would be something that you could get from a safety feature. And you tempered the 4th GA, beautiful. You say this is the best state the the game has been in? Absolutely, yeah. 100%. People want to rep an Mortal Barb, but I don't mind dying and sacrifice. I don't feel like sacrificing my damage for it. Yeah, I'm trying it out. I don't think that you sacrifice damage for it right now. I think it actually lets you scale your damage in an interesting way, but if you're not feeling the low life Barb, then yeah. I'm hesitant to call it immortal. I don't know. I feel like I haven't really I haven't died with it or anything, but like I haven't put it to the test yet. So, but yeah, the low life variant, you don't have to do it. I wasn't doing it for a while, but I am testing it out now. I think it has big scaling potential. So I think it's a good next step, but I don't think you have to do it. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, if your character, when you're just starting the game, is a little potato no matter what. Yeah, the build's on my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching over there on YouTube. It's over there on the YouTubes. The only thing that's changed really for this guy is now I'm using the low life setup with the Heart of Selig and no life on my gear, the Endurance, Faith, Charm, which I probably don't really need right now for this content, but it's okay. Like for this, I feel like we could probably just do something that give me movement speed, like a movement speed charm for farming this stuff faster. I could use Tyraels and just go zoomy.
I'm ready to see
Pretty sure everything would just die instantly no matter what. Need about 6-7 max speed make up the difference. FSU Zeus? Really? Okay. You've done the math. Gotcha. Chuckle, are you the one who got the gem effect on your thing yesterday? Yeah, 600 max fury. That's kind of a lot. That's kind of a lot. Yeah, that's I think the Gig Abyss. I think that is like probably maybe the most powerful thing in the game right now. There are not a lot of ways to increase your damage by that much. I think you've made us aware of the thing to do. Like try to fish for that. It's tricky, but yeah. How's that feeling? Only other option I can see landing gem strength on every weapon to make up for loss. Yeah, interesting. Oh, nice, KO. What'd you get? Does what boss Shaper beam you? Which one? Which boss is Shaper beaming you? Right off the bat? No mercy, huh? You found the fuck yeah, Philip. Nice. Because I feel like my damage is kind of similar, Chuckle. I could be wrong, but I don't think I give up that much. I think my damage is actually very similar, but maybe I'm just bad. That is also a possibility. I think we did we do a pit run with this guy yesterday? I think we did. Oh no. You are like a Beyblade. Whirlwind is a very smooth farmer. It is. I mean, at this point, we would probably one-shot. We could put any skill on and one-shot everything instantly just because my character's, like, strong at this point, but... I'm using the Berserker set. I've always liked that one. The one where it makes your character huge is awesome, but I think the Berserker set is just... It was a better fit for what I was doing, and it's continued to serve me well, so... Just using that one. On a Beyblade, yeah, do it. Makes sense. Barb blader. The spinny boy. What do you recommend doing right at hitting level 70? I have no idea about the endgame. Just hammer those war plans. How should I approach endgame? Focus on my season ranks when I finish the campaign? Yeah, I would just like take a look at the season like journey thing. Maybe like try to aim for that and make sure you're like kind of leveling up some stuff along the way. But yeah, dude, honestly, like I have a blast doing war plans. I'm doing some kind of like specific farmy stuff now. Like we're starting to like we were doing some boss farming yesterday to get particular things for this build. And I'm doing gem farming right now. But just doing the war plans is really, really fun. It's really, really fun. I think Warlock can jump around, right? Don't Warlocks have like a leap that they can spam? I mean, also you can have a Warlock where you just kind of have a flaming chain around you too, don't you? I mean, like Whirlwind Barbarian's pretty quick, right? Like pretty smooth. I think there's other kind of builds like that out there. I think. Rampage, but I don't use Rampage. Maybe you, well, maybe you do. Maybe it's time to use some Rampage. Fire it up. Just been trying to figure out where I could get damage to make up for the loss if I was to swap. So one thing that I think is happening is people are starting to consider Overpower. That's not the right way to go. We're talking to our bro about Overpower right now too, but yeah, I think Overpower. You're worried about? Yeah, I'd love to see that. Stacking Max Fury and Overpower. That's some potential tech. Overpower. So we'll see. Thanks, Razik. Appreciate that, man. I created a Mortal Barb, died of a fist on T10. Okay, so it sounds like maybe we don't have something quite right. Do you have any health on your gear at all? Are you using the Endurant Faith charm and stuff? I haven't really tested the survivability. I just wanted to see what it felt like. Yeah, I think I like the idea. I think it gives you some scaling options with Max Fury. If your HP and damage are scaling from the same thing, that's really strong. When you can scale two things from one thing in action RPGs, that's good. Scaling damage and survivability at the same time is powerful stuff. And I think that you can scale damage and survivability at the same time more easily using the low life setup than you can with the full life setup. You have to do some stuff for it, but it's okay, I think. And then Overpower is another situation where Overpower is going to give you access to scaling your Max Fury, which is going to scale damage, and then again your health pool. So it's like, we'll see. What does it mean? So when your active weapon is a mace, yeah, it would be two-hander, I would bet too. Yeah. Much rage fury all the time. There's a couple different things. I have a lot of Fury Generation on my gear. I have Fury Generation in my glyphs. What else? Fury Generation in my charms. So it's kind of a whole bunch of different stuff. This build in particular really leans into Fury Generation on gear. We did a bunch of crafting yesterday. Maybe near the end of the stream today, I'll make a little video going over the gear that we crafted. I just wanted to chill out and farm some gems for a little bit, just get to work, make some gains, and actually try it out too to see how it feels. I'm using the Endurant Faith seal. Oh, the actual like the talisman seal. I think I just have a one that like a 6 slot. This guy, 6 slot Berserker Crucible. And it's just not that great, but I mean it does something. It's crit damage. It's okay. If you have life on Air Perdition, that's temporary. You change. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't have life on it anymore, so.
Too easy for warriors like us.
I mean, I still have my life tempered Air Perdition. But that's not the one I'm using right now. But you want to have like no life on your character, so. That's okay, Bell. Discover 2 aspects that give you like 10 fury per second. Swap one of the damage ones. I don't think that you need that. Maybe. Like you. That's gonna be one of the things that I'm trying to figure out is like how little fury generation can you get away with and still survive, so that you can then turn it into damage instead, right? But I mean, if you're not sustaining fury, then you're not like that's step one, because fury sustain is your life sustain and your ability to do damage. So it's like, but again, you don't need to start off with the low life version. I did the full life version until just yesterday, and we were clearing pit 123. Like, you're good for a while. Once you get Melted Heart of Selig, if you wanted to go for it, then you just need to craft a whole set of gear with no life on it. It's like Melted Heart of Selig, Ramaladni's, Endurant Faith Charm if you wanted the defense part, and then just a bunch of gear with no life on it. With Gores, I suppose. Thanks, Martelling. The goal of Max Fury is definitely huge, but there aren't many slots you can get Max Fury on. You got Chest and Paragon board, and then Selig doubles it. So there's also a Deluge ring that scales the amount of Max Fury you can have based on your Overpower stacks. And so you can have 96 more Max Fury, which is 96% more damage. When it's all maxed out. The numbers are there. I would just have to figure out how to actually generate Overpower. First Mythic Seal today, was it the good one? I think there's one good one. The one that gives you the ability to complete a set with one less thing, and then I think that's a good one. For me, at least. Been playing D4 every day. Really, it's kind of my new way to relax. New expansions come out, really want to play it, but can't afford it at the moment. Oh, yeah. I got you. Well, good luck, man. Good luck, bro. The cool thing is, do you play World of Warcraft? You can buy it with WoW Gold. But if you're enjoying D4, that's awesome, man. New expansion ain't going anywhere. Probably go on sale eventually. You got time. Don't stress. Keep having fun. That's crazy. All right. D4 included with Game Pass? I don't know. Maybe. How's it going? Good. Getting rolling, man. Doing some gem farming this morning. I probably do need to show you guys in a little bit what the gear swap we made was. Because we did a whole bunch of crafting yesterday. We did a bunch of farming to maybe put together some reasonably good options for crafting, and then we crafted it up, and here we are. I do kind of think that for this optimization, we could probably put on a little bit more speed. That might be worth it in the long run. Just be a speedy boy. It's fine though. Wrath of Berserker can give 1 overpower per second, yeah, but that's not consistent. There's a weapon swap gives you overpower thingy. I don't know if that's what we want to do though. You could just like lunging strike, whirlwind, lunging strike, whirlwind. You know, and that could be a thing. I think Leap uses a weapon too. I don't know if you do that. I'm trying to think about what I've seen people use it on the ladder. How's the game since base game launch? Oh, it's the best it's ever been right now. We've played Diablo seasonally. Not every season. We haven't like grinded every season, but we've grinded a couple seasons. It's always been fun, but it's the best it's ever been right now. It's awesome. Hammerden's not quite super strong, you think? Interesting. A grand topaz, cool. If we break down the grands, I mean, that's a lot of juice. Cool. Anything in particular take you from low billions to high billions? I mean, like, you're gonna get a lot stronger just by gaining Paragon, right? I'm trying to think. What's cool, Damien, is I've streamed and made build updates of my character pretty regularly, so you can take a look and see like the progression and like what we changed. I'm trying to think if there's like any particularly powerful gear. I think maybe starting to stack like crit damage multiplier on some of my stuff, not just crit damage percent, but like crit damage multiplier. I think is like a big one. Interesting. But isn't Sork like above everybody? The Barbarian's doing pretty good. Because we can hold so many weapons, man. More weapons, more damage. Like legit, but also, you know, it's kind of funny. More weapons, more damn. Strong, man.
Hello.
Hello. Just saying hi. Love my glyphs, like high 120s. Barb was the highest? Oh, before the bug, you mean? Or like, sorry, when it was bugged was the highest? I kind of want to try a different glyph to see if I live. Kind of curious about what that would feel like without Endurant Faith. Everything above 130 is Limitless Rage? Okay, yeah. So that one was when the bug was still a thing. But I think Sork is clearing higher than bugged Barb was, right? What is? Sure. Yeah, you can hold on that one for me. Yeah, that looks good. That's like a good starting point for a new mace. We can try to roll gem effect on that one. Thanks. Yeah.
Impressive.
Just gotta wait for the Hammerden guys to figure out some new cool tech and see how it goes. All right. It's funny that Sork is more powerful than bugged Barb. Farming some good Gemethies. The Limitless Rage back. I think it's gonna be pretty big, yeah. Pretty big. That's what I'm seeing too. On the ladder, lots of Ancients, lots of Whirlwinds. Sounds good. I like Whirlwinding. We got one of the Ancients out right now, but he's not like a fixture of our build here. We're getting him in action, but I'm not necessarily sure about it in the long run.
Killers are like.
Sorry, Subo. Gotta go, bro. Got to go, bro. But hopefully they put Limitless Rage back. That'll be a really big positive addition for this build, won't it? It'll be huge. Okay, a couple more runs of this, then we can do some other stuff. Ain't a lot of leaping around, yeah. Not just holding down Whirlwind, spinning around. Hammer's Brawler, it is. That's the Hand of Rag, baby. Hand of Rag. From our sweet baby World of Warcraft. We are Diablo gaming right now, though, bros. Happily. We have really made very little gold doing this, but we'll make gold when we can. When we can get. I mean, I guess we're also spending a bunch of gold making gems. We'll make more gold when we can get back into other content, selling legendary seals and stuff. Like I said though, a couple more runs of this will be good for now. Bruh, then we'll do some other stuff. Maybe talk about the build a little bit. You need 1 million fragments to make grands? You do. You do. And then you need 5 grands to make a Herodric. And 5 Herodrics make a Giga Herodric. So, crazy. Crazy. That's neat, pal. Tarkov gamer, bro? Yeah, I couldn't. I've messed around in Tarkov a couple times. It's just like, it's a lot. And I'm not like immediately pulled in by the game loop, so. Yeah, you gotta commit, man, to that kind of game. You gotta commit. Yo, Daybreak, thanks, man. Those Bolvars mace from WoW. Dude, I feel like the WoW collab is probably so good, they probably hopefully do more. I think they've done one before though, right? Am I making that up? Maybe. Well, they did one before. Sneaky box opening simulator, Tarkov, yeah, something like that. Goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Them gigas and a strength weapon. I mean, that's what I'm saying, Chuckle. Like you have the juice, man. You have something that is like the most powerful thing in the game. I really do agree that it's worth just trying to get like a 1 GA'd weapon and temper it, you know, get it set up, and then just transfigure like a bunch of those to try to get the gem strength, just because it's so much more powerful than anything else that you can have on the weapon. It's so crazy. So crazy. Oh nice, you're just in the corner there, just click it all. Beautiful. I'm trying to get me a few gems today too. I've made 1 Herodric. Just mass produce weapons and mass transfigure. Exactly. Yeah, pal. I'm gonna go over like my whole setup. It just takes like 30 minutes, so. Yeah. I'm gonna go over it today. But yeah. Like I said, it just takes like 30 minutes for me to do it. A Herodric gives 28%. Then you can combine 5 Herodric into like a Giga Herodric, which I imagine would give like 32%. What is a Herodric gem? You take 5 grand gems and you put it in the cube, and then you can combine 5 of those as well. I don't know if you can combine 5 of those, but maybe. Because the Herodric gem is blue. And a greater Herodric, I would imagine, is yellow. So it's like, what does it mean? What does it mean? Not a full bit of recognize 5 for the weapons? Sure. For the weapons, it's like weapon damage is important. And then crit strike damage. We have lucky hit on there. I don't know if I need that, but we do. With that on there, and then we have Ramaladni's with crit. You don't need weapon damage on your weapons that you're not actually hitting things with, so you can have like strength, all damage multiplier, crit strike damage, lucky hit. Same thing with this. We have strength, all damage, crit damage, amp, lucky hit with crit strike tempered on all of them. Then we have the fortified one, we have the channeling one, and we have the heavy hitting one. That's what I got for now for the weapons. Trying to get litany of save on my war, like I need a level 900 white dagger. How do I give it? You know what? They just gotta drop on the ground. Or you can maybe you can probably fish it with obols as well. What? Like if you're in the torments, like probably just where ancestrals drop, you probably just get it from the obols vendor. Or it's like yours, cool. Yeah, you want weapon damage on your weapon that you're hitting with, and then everything else can just be like stats. Strength, percent damage, crit damage, lucky hit chance, the proc resource. That's what I'm doing. Scorpy. It's cool. We've gotten 2 grands, which is nice. For the warrior buffs tomorrow, yeah, we'll see. Honestly, I'm just kind of on the Diablo grind right now. Okay, I said I would farm that until. I kind of want to farm it until the next grand drops. I knew about grands, yeah, dude. I mean, it's cool. You have like some crazy scaling to look forward to for like the rest of the end game. Pretty wild, huh? Now, I don't know if it's intended gameplay that we just would farm this particular dungeon like crazy because this guy drops gems. I feel like it could go either way. It definitely could be intended. But it also could not be, and if it's not intended, it's like awkward, but like you need to leave it that way now. Like you cannot nerf this, or you can make it so every dungeon boss drops 3 royal gems and potentially a grand. But yeah, you cannot nerf it now. What gem am I going for? Skulls on my weapons and probably rubies on my armor, and then just whatever particular resistances I need for the jewelry. You probably could just go full diamonds, but there's actually like particular resists that I think are useful for me. Like poison, lightning, and fire are the actual elements that seem to kill you. Grands can drop, yeah. So right now, I just so happen to have those socketed in there. Just trying to address my lowest resists. You're on it, Ty? Yeah, get on it, bro. Grands can drop, but this dungeon, I mean, I made a short about it. I'm not sure if it got out there or not, but this dungeon, the Sears, just right out front of town, is the one that drops the gems. The boss drops like some crafting mattress is nice, but seems to drop 3 royal gems every time and maybe a grand every once in a while. I'm doing all fizz. Helmet is just strength with the red gems, and then the weapons are fizz. I have 1 Heraldric, and then the rest of them are just grand. But I haven't really been farming this very much. You can have a full set of like really good gems by now if you wanted to. There's some people who do, I bet. Flawless is 32, which means 106 per skull. Isn't that absurd? Like, do you see what I'm saying? That what you have on your weapon is the strongest affix in the game, I think. Right now I'm using Air of Perdition. The Tusk of Jorits is good, but like my actual helmet that I'm using is Air of Perdition now. And I was using that before I swapped over to the low life build, but it is what I'm using for the low life build. Once you get Air of Perdition, Heart of Selig, Ring of Starless Skies, and then Ramaladni's and stuff, like you're good to go. Where am I going though? Here we go. Endurant Faith Charm is, I think, another kind of helpful part of this build. Sounds like I got farm the skulls. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. What you have is crazy. Like, is that on a good weapon? Like the rolls on it are good and stuff, because you have like the GG weapon, dude. Same, you can't put 2 uniques in the seal. There is one that you can. There's a mythic unique that lets you do that. They like the Mog, it looks insane, huh? Diablo killed it with the MTX. They killed it. All right, it's on a grandfather. Oh, okay, so you're not doing the low life build. Yeah, okay, you're not doing it. You and that grandpappy are ride or die till the end. No great GAs, doesn't matter. Every GA in the game doesn't, like a 4 GA weapon doesn't matter compared to the gem power. You and that grandpappy are ride or die till the end now, dude. Yeah, don't worry about low life. You will lose a lot of damage. Ride or die, grandpappy till the end, until you find another weapon. But you can always be like attempt to craft gear for the new set. Like that's what I did. I used my normal setup to farm for the low life anyway. But my low life gear can improve, and I am interested in trying the Overpower thing. That's awesome though, dude. I'm pumped for you. Like I'm a little jealous, but I'm pumped. A little jealous, but also excited for you. I knew I wouldn't be going low life, so I forced crafted the GA on life, so it's giving me 11k. I'll say like, yeah, no, it's good. Being beefy, like I said, I was clearing, you know, comfortably. It wasn't like crazy fast, but comfortably. Oh, sorry, I asked you something about training. Was that you, Yoss man? Sorry. Yeah, what's up? But yeah, we were doing like 123 with the full life setup. Like, it's fine. You're just using, you know, whatever build to farm and progress now. You can just always have in the back of your mind, if you find gear that looks good but doesn't have life on it, that could be what you want, right? But your Powell? Okay. What's up, man? But Machiavelli, you can ask a training question, yeah. And you can put two mythic or unique seals in. There's some, the mythic seals, some of them you can put 4 or 3 uniques in there. I have one that you can put 3 in. I just don't think that's as good as the set bonus. I think my set bonus is better. That looked interesting. Chee! Okay, we'll have to, yeah. We'll have to change some things, but yeah, some of these are looking cool. For the max the bleed build, oh my gosh. I haven't tried it, but Rend is what I played it, the first time in Diablo. I liked it. We'll just very briefly take a look and see if there's anything that's cool here. I can strip the life off of that. That's sort of okay. That's weapon damage, which we don't really want. Maybe? At least crit damage multi. Okay, anyway. Let us continue. Massive range, yeah, with like, is it like the fire rend? But that looks like a ranged attack. It looks like Zelda, like when you have like the Game Boy one where you have the max, your full health or whatever. You can fire off master sword slashes. What was that? But we are on the hunt for weapons. Maces with weapon mastery, or sorry, weapon damage GAs, and then other weapons with like strength or crit damage.
Quite the challenge, eh?
Doesn't want weapon. We don't want weapon damage. We're on the hunt, sort of passively. Oh my goodness. Ride Orty. Tiny shrapnel applied bleeding healer. That's cool. That's cool. Interesting. Or so you can do a whirlwind shrapnel. I did that. Or is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I used that for a while. That was good for a while too. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that was fun. I thought you were talking about bleed like Rend. No, like the shrapnel whirlwind. Yeah, I used that for a while. I liked it because I had found the bleed 5 set first, so I was like, I guess we're doing bleed. And it was fun.
Help! I beg you!
I just eventually found the Berserker one. I was like, oh, I gotta try that. So, but then I still used bleed for a bit, but just, you know, we could transition away from it. I didn't like having to be so close to the boss to deal real damage, so I was like, we gotta do twisters or something, dude. Which is good. Hey, yo, Addisol, thanks for the 99 months, man. Big flex for you. Nearly 100. 99 months is crazy, man. Thank you so much and welcome back, bro. That is some huge poems coming in, man. Huge poems. Thank you, bro. Yeah, especially like proccing the ruptures and stuff. That's sick. Alrighty. You're going for a little bit. And Yos, man. Big flex for you too, pumping us up. Let's go, dudes. Get this day started, baby. My Diablo gamers. Thank you, guys. Pumping us up for the morning sesh. A little more gem farming and then we can go over the build. Show off some of the new gear crafting we've done. I just, like, after all the crafting we did yesterday, man, I just needed to, like, Need to grind a little bit, dude. We do need to make gold back, but the main way we're making gold back is just like farming stuff and selling those little legendary seals. Little by little, we'll make some gains. A lot of gold expended crafting yesterday. I think most of the gold we spent was trying to get my two-handed sword to roll a max crit damage. It just refused. But you know, we didn't run out of lost souls. That's what used to run out of crafting back in the day, in season 8 and stuff. Not this time. Thank goodness. Sounds good, y'all, man. Thanks for helping me out. Keep our stream thing going. Appreciate that. Oh yes, let's go, Kazaku. Big flex you pumping us up. Hit us with that stuff. Thank you so much, man. My Diablo enjoyers showing up. Showing out. Getting this day of Diablo going. Yeah, so we stream a little bit in the morning, and then we'll be back tonight for the big stream. But I really appreciate you guys being here, man. How long? I've been streaming, oh my goodness. We've been able to create content full time since, you know, 2010, 2011, man. I was on Twitch when it was Justin. And I say, I will. Thank you very much, man. That helps us do just that. Appreciate the support, man. That's huge. Get the Diablo gains pumping. We're just farming at the moment, but we gotta get the farm going, dude. The gems are just kind of like a really solid way of making your character stronger. And we farmed this new build, the gear for it. So, you know, now it's like, okay, what else can we do? Farm, like waiting for GAs is one thing, but this is like guaranteed gains, right? This is guaranteed progression. You're too kind, Kaz. Thank you, man. I was hoping we could get a Paragon level, but this is the XP is not crazy in here. That's okay. It's not bad. Like, you're still killing mobs, but 250 Paragon might not happen yet.
Magic. Something feels
Not yet. You get a little achievement for 250, which is cool. Kind of nice. A little cheeser. At least this dungeon that we're farming is pretty. Like, you're outside, you're getting to fight these big old crabs, which are like a really satisfying enemy to kill. So yeah, we're chilling. Chilling. Oh, what the? He didn't move. Nice. Scrap heaped. Paragon scaling is nuts. Yeah. There's a lot of grind and a lot of chase in Diablo still, which is awesome. Like, Paragon is one thing and these gems are another thing. Like, even if we just like spam farm it, it's gonna take a while to get like a full set of the juiciest gems, especially as a barbarian. But it's worth it. I mean, like, it's good, solid quality gains. And I know that we keep harping on it, but like the gem power Transfiguration is crazy strong. So it's like, you know, you can do all your war planning and stuff, but then you still might be spending some time running a dungeon, you know? 32 multi for 6 gems is nuts, and then you add that on with the fact that you can get the Transfiguration for gem power. Give you some tips. If I'm feeling the side delts, they don't seem to want to grow. Before pumping the traps on my shoulders. I mean, honestly, like, it sounds silly, but like, if you want to see what it feels like to have your shoulders activate, just do like no weighted shoulder circles forever, right? So there's like actually going to be, I think, a couple different sets of drops. Azure Skull Services. Yeah, that's what I need. I need you guys farming me skulls. Wait a second now. I'll trade you my other gem types for the skulls. If you guys are like casters or something, and you guys need topaz or sapphires. Now you can also, what we were doing is we were breaking down all the gems, and we were kind of using the diamonds and sapphires and was it emeralds to turn it into skull fragments. There's that too. 4 skulls and 2 diamonds for weapons, yeah? Is that just like for efficiency reasons? And that's probably fine. Yeah, so my workout streams will be on the Bajira Gains stream now, but my gym is packed up. We're in the process of moving actually, so my gym is not available. It's for diminishing. As the low life builds, it's fine. We haven't really put it to the test in any content. We're just gem farming. We could probably take off some of the tankiness and put it into speed. But I mean, right now it feels kind of the same as my other build. Just like, I think the damage is similar and the defenses seem fine. But yeah. Damage buckets, okay. You think there's a point where it diminishes? Yeah, I went the wrong way, I guess. I sure did. Interesting, interesting. I guess there are two separate multiplicative buckets, the fizz damage and all damage. Do you think it's more powerful to have a couple, like buffing it that way rather than just stacking the fizz? 'Cause that is a question that I have too. It's like stacking different stuff multiplicatively, is that better than just sort of additively stacking one thing? Moose Speed capped, I think Moose Speed might be capped at 300. I think so. Rob has the tech on his nuts when it comes to understanding. Yeah, Rob, I mean, Rob plays a lot of Diablo and streams a lot of Diablo, and so he's able to test, but also just absorb a lot of information from like people who are playing Diablo and streaming and stuff. And then he's able to sort of like share that with the community. He is the gamer, the Diablo gamer. Thankfully, I feel like I end up kind of angling towards some of the things that he ends up doing, so I think I'm on the right track. But like, I know from my experience, like being able to talk to you guys, even our smaller community, and like absorb a lot of information and then sort of like put that to use, it's pretty cool, yeah. I liked Vuln damage a lot because I was doing bleed builds, but I'm not doing a lot of Vuln right now. But I probably could. I think I still want to, like, I think I could drop Territorial for Vuln damage. But I kind of like Territorial, and it gives me a little bit of Vuln damage. I just like the extra damage reduction on it. So you can just like sit on top of enemies, just blade storm them down. Because all these little guys die no matter what you do. But the big dudes, those are the ones where you like have to kind of sit on them and whirlwind them down. And then in that situation, being close to them is good for a lot of different things. So I think Territorial is still okay for now. Yeah, Lilith's story is pretty cool. Them ending cutscenes, man, is nuts. But there was discussion of buckets a lot in the beginning of Diablo 4, and now everything is like its own bucket, which is crazy. What it feels like. So yeah, interesting. But this is great for Barb, as well as Rob, and then Max Roll and Mobalytics and all that. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Like, just you can kind of just, you know, compile information by testing, but also just by learning from you guys. Like, people coming in and be like, yo, I've been using this Overpower thing, and you know, he might not be the founder of Overpower, but it's just like, you know, people kind of go out there and learn stuff looking at the ladder and whatever, and as a streamer you can kind of like synthesize a lot of that and collect it all and put it out there, you know? Like, I think with WoW, Swifty was that for a long time, where he might not have invented everything that he showed in his videos, but he was able to, like, you know, put it out there for people after learning about it from other people who did it in WoW and stuff too, right? You can kind of synthesize and share a lot of cool information, as well as being, you know, somebody who develops it yourself too. But it's kind of fun how we all get started and we all learn together, and then like the craziest stuff kind of rises to the top, right? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, if you understand like the game and you can look at what other people are doing and be like, oh yeah, that's good, right? So having a combination of game knowledge and access to a lot of different information, like I said, you can synthesize, like you can look at what people are doing and be like, oh yeah, I see what that is, awesome. And then yeah, you can incorporate elements of that into the next build. So like I think Overpower is going to be like the next big thing. We'll see. We were talking about Overpower a little bit today, which I'm glad, because I do think that Overpower is going to be like the next big thing. Why am I resetting and running this dungeon over and over? I'm farming gems. This boss, you'll notice, drops 3 gems. Drops the royals. And gems are a really powerful way to kind of scale your guy up very consistently. Very deterministic power gains. Yeah, you have connections with Asia. Yeah, it's like, again, combining game knowledge with a ton of information, you can do some... You can synthesize a lot of cool stuff for yourself and the community. Does Whirlwind Overpower build a Maxwell Banner Swords? Yeah, I think Overpower is coming. I think it's coming. I think that'll be the next kind of like thing that might be like the just slightly better thing to incorporate into your build until they bring Limitless Rage back. If they bring Limitless Rage back, that'll also be really nice. Why are we moving? Because I get to finally put together the dream I've had of having my whole family kind of in the same town. And it's been something that we've been talking about for a while. I've been lobbying for this for a while, and then it's finally coming together. So we've been able to make that dream a reality. So I'll have my mom, dad, and my sister, and then my family, like my little crew, all in the same town. It's very exciting. Sad Blizz didn't put you in WoW like they did with Swifty. Oh no, we're in there. It's Captain Jackson Bajira. We're in Ashran, bro. That's one of the coolest things ever. Yeah. One of the coolest things ever. We're moving to Tennessee. But I grew up in Tennessee, so we're kind of going back. But yeah, it's very, very cool. Moving is a lot of work, but you guys supporting the content helps make that happen, so thank you. Make a lot of cool things possible for me and my crew. They did? Yep.
Fresh meat.
Pretty cool.
Vile demon. Death is not enough for
One of the coolest things ever. Still. It's having Captain Jackson Bajira in there. Yeah, WoW's shown me a lot of love over the years. I'm grateful. Been able to do a lot of cool things with WoW too. Very sweet. Alright, we probably ought to get to work on this this build update video here pretty soon. We will see, we will see. Couple more runs, I suppose. Wanna make us some gains. Yeah, Butcher can just pop up at any kind of instance, I think. I think so.
well earned victory.
50% with 4 stacks. With what now, sorry? Well, because with Overpower, they completely changed it, so it's another buff with like ferocity. 50% crit, yeah, but like, so you stack that with whatever else Overpower gives you. I feel like it can be kind of crazy. Breaking down the gym to move closer to the family is worth it. Yes, it's not. Yeah, it's just we're not doing gym streams right now, is what I mean. But when we do gym streams, they will be on the Bajira_gains channel. I think if you type !gym stream, it'll link you the channel if you want. Now, Butcher could definitely gank you in normal dungeons. Like, while leveling you, you would absolutely get ganked in a normal dungeon. You get a good workout moving that equipment? Yeah, I mean, it's definitely activity for sure. It's not as intense as training, but yeah, it's a lot, yeah. It's all good though. Already packed up, we're gonna have to, you know, move it back into the gym, so. He came flying out of there. Right into the Whirlwind. Four stacks, still 6% additive. Right, but then you have 8 stacks. Right? You'll have 8 stacks. And then you have Dominate Glyph too. Right? Want the gear you have? I mean, you can get it. The gear that I have is like good, but it's not like insane. You can put this build together just fine. Whirlwind's good. You don't need to play the low life variant to start it off either. This is just like once you've got your guy progressed to the point where you might want to. Because it is kind of cool and it gives you some options, but you definitely do not have to do it. Low life is a cool like next step, I think, but it's not necessary. All right, the aspect lets you get more, and then look at dominate glyph. I think that's something too. There's something there, I think. There's something there. So it's just a matter of like, even if like you squeeze 10-15% more damage out of it, that's a big upgrade once you get to the end of, you know, the character power. It starts like you get smaller jumps, but you gotta you just take what's optimal, you know. And that's what I'm saying is that the whole barbarian community, like everybody just kind of wings it for a while, or you play your build. That's just what I'm like. I guess I should say what I'm doing. As I was winging it for a while, and then once you kind of get to the end game, you're like, all right, well, let's see what builds rise to the top. And everybody's kind of tinkering with stuff and trying stuff out, and the kind of information gets shared around, and then you give it a try, and you're like, oh yeah, sweet, you know. Yeah, I think the thing about Overpower is it still probably is really good with low life. But yeah, it's just something to look at, yeah. You just might not need to play the Max Fury one, because there's a resource one where you get more, like, you know, max stacks or whatever. It's called the Deluge. What's going on here? This one? Overpower stacks increase your primary resource by 8. You probably just don't need to use this. As author, she is all that RPG, yeah. This is good, but you probably don't need that if you're not doing low life, and you could probably definitely get away with not having that. Oops. Yeah, Grandpapa says no to low life, so you don't need to worry about the deluge, but you can still get all the max overpower stacks. You got Diablo now. Let's go, bro. Time to farm. Time to farm, bro. That's sick. Yeah, this game is amazing. We've been having a super good time with it. And Amazon, yeah, do it. Pump her up, man. She's written 3 books. Self-published. The audiobooks, you know, she found, like, she did all the, like, she didn't, like, craft all the art herself, but, like, she found artists for all the art. She found the voice actors for all the narration and stuff. Like, she's incredible, man. She did it all. All right, I gotta hop up and grab a drink, and then hopefully we can talk about this build. Do maybe one more run. Then I gotta go. We gotta go talk over the build, and then we'll be back tonight. We'll do the build video, and then that'll be that for the daytime stream. Then we'll be back tonight. But yeah, I'm having such a good time with Diablo, man. Like grindy games, I love them, dude. I love them. And all of us kind of working together to figure out like what's cool, and like you guys share me what's going on with your build. It's fun. I mean, I know we got the barbarian homies in here, and that's, you know, that's what makes the most sense to me, but I still like hearing what you guys are up to. Hearing about your progression on your various characters and stuff. Game's just awesome. Grinding for gains, and then, you know, putting your build up to the test in the deep pits and tower is fun, man. I'm playing this till PV2. I think I might be with you on that, yeah. I think we might check in back out on WoW, just we'll see, but I'd very happily just grind out Diablo until PoE2, I think. All right. Back to town for a minute. Back to town. Thanks, Yelps. Thanks for becoming a sub too, man. Let's see, we farmed some Gemothies, I think. Not a bad little farm for just this right here. Not bad at all. I'll be right back, though. I'm gonna grab a little more drink, and then we'll talk about what we crafted on this build.
friends you'll not find.
Alright. Here we go. Ooh, how long does campaign take? So for me it took about 8 or 9 hours. But you only have to do the campaign one time, then you can level a bunch of alts really fast after that. So should we see how many gems we farmed first? I wonder. Should we get your weekly method plus done? Nah. You're chilling, bro. You're chilling. Okay. Where the heck did this come from? I do need more charms now, though. I need to farm max resource charms, dude. For this setup. We need big max resource. The Malore, though, is a bit too good, I think. So, for this, I also wonder if max resource is better here. What's better, 3% martial skills? Or 24, or like 12% increased damage? Yeah, we switched to the low life build now, we did. We did. No, not that one. It says it's less damage, but I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. Resource damage plus, thank you, that's what I'm saying. That's 12% increased damage right there. It does bring my Whirlwind stacks down a little bit, but I don't know. I'm not actually sure I believe that. Thanks for having me books. Thanks for getting them. Yeah, we swapped to the low life setup. We did indeed. Yes, indeedy. I don't think I need combat skills, really. Everyone resources 1%. That's what I'm saying, yeah. So this is like... It's 12% more damage. I think that's about right. I think so, man. I think that's about right. Need some more muns, dude. Need some more muns. How much do these sell for? $1 million. I'm starting selling some things, man. I need some gold. Need some muns. Yeah. Max Fury Sescherons. I don't know if I'm really using Sescherons anytime soon with Max Fury, so. Yeah, you just buy the game, Roth. Just buy the game, you're good to go. If you want to play it for free, you have to play WoW too. You gotta farm WoW gold. Oh, nice. Huh? So, we keep that mace. We keep that mace. Don't need weapon damage on it. Fire damage? Nah. Not multi-fire? Nah. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We definitely found some good stuff though. Those are good two-handers. Is there mythic gear now that's better than legendary and unique? So it's not always just like this. The new quality of item is just better. But I mean, they do. The mythics do come with like a max rolled stat options, but they're all the uniques are also random now. So they could go crazy or they could be not so good depending on what you need for your build. So, all right. I need to do a little video about our build real quick, guys. So I might not be able to do a lot of Q&A for a few minutes, but we got to get this going. We got to talk about what we did yesterday because we did do some things. We did some things. All right, we did do some things. Mark, thanks, man. Thanks. All right, we made some adjustments. I'm gonna try to sort of figure out a way of just talking about this, but let's get down to it. All right, boys, some big changes for the build. We were able to put together some pretty cool items that allowed us to transition our build to what I think is a next level that you can then build from. So we're still doing Whirlwind. We're still blasting everything with some shouts. You can change your ult around a little bit, but the main thing that we did is we switched into a low-life Berserker style that ends up becoming quite tanky. My damage stays around the same as what it was, but I think it allows me to build my damage in other cool ways that basically let you scale both your survivability and your damage off the same stuff. So here's the basics, okay? So you're using an item called the Melded Heart of Selig, which makes damage dealt to your primary resource before life, and damage taken this way is drastically reduced. Your primary resource is doubled, but maximum life is reduced by 75%. Okay, so that's one thing, right? Part two is use Ramaladni's Magnum Opus, which makes skills deal increased damage per point of fury that you have, but fury drains, which is fine. And then you also use this little fella right here, Endurant Faith. I don't think that you have to, but it is one of those things that makes you quite a bit tankier. When you would be damaged for at least 30% of your maximum life at once, it is instead distributed over the next 4 seconds and reduced by 34%. So all that comes together to basically make it so that you want almost no life at all. I have 534 life total, but I also have 447 maximum fury. So you are stacking a bunch of damage reduction effects so that when you take a hit, it's not much and it comes out of your fury, but then you regen a ton of fury through resource generation stuff, and basically makes you very, very tanky. And then you also scale your fury for a bigger health pool, and also for more increased damage from Ramaladni's. That's the basics behind how it works. But I had to craft like an entire new set of gear. So we farmed a whole bunch, got some reasonably good candidates for crafting, and this is what we came up with. I'm gonna go over the gear first because I think it's like the biggest change by far. So what you want on your gear is like no health at all. So every bit of health on my character was stripped off of all the gear and all the Paragon, so that when you get hit, it reduces the hit substantially, enough with Endurant Faith. And people are suggesting that the lower health that you have, the more like this whole setup works. So you don't want any health on your gear at all. So we have Air of Perdition. We have, I mean, the gear is not like insane, but it's like, it's pretty endgame, right? So we went from the high health version of the build that was clearing Pit 123 to now the low health version of the build, which I think is still just clearing about Pit 123 so far. But it's pretty cool. We've done low life builds in Lost Ark. We've done low life builds in Last Epoch before. So the Berserker style is kind of a fun way to do it, and I think it scales well, right? The main thing is, again, to reiterate, is when you can scale your offense and defense from the same stat, that's powerful stuff. And that's what this is allowing us to do. So Air of Perdition, GA'd Masterworked for crit chance. We tempered GA Lucky Hit chance on there. I have not transfigured any of my gear yet, because things might change, and we did this last night, and we called it good. So we got a GA'd Max Resource chest piece. We tempered that for the Max GA as well. We Masterworked it for Max Resource. It also has Rallying Cry on there, which is cool. We tempered armor on that and added the Heavenly aspect for DR. Gore's Devastating Grips. They had crit on them. Lucky Hit chance to restore is excellent as well. We tempered crit strike damage on there, which is nice. High rolled Whirlwind is decent. They're not crazy, but these are as good as we got for now. We made our own pants because I don't have Tabalts, but not having Tabalts means we don't have to use Iron Skin, which is nice. We just put strength on there, Fury Regeneration, armor, resist all, and then more armor. So you're gonna see things like maximum resource and Fury Generation on our guy. Remember, max resource is health pool and damage. Fury Regeneration is just making sure that you stay alive. So that's really nice. We have Fury Regeneration on the boots as well. Just good old strength, movement speed, Warcry. We could Masterwork strength to have more damage and defense, but I'm just gonna try Fury Regeneration. And I think over time I may sort of slowly scale back the Fury Generation to see how much more damage we can squeeze out while still having survivability. And then we have this thing on there with Fortify Generation. We don't care about Fortify Generation, but we want is the damage reduction while fortified. We want that. I think that's kind of a nice one to have. You could put Disobedience, but I'm not really doing any dots, and I found that this is just like, I'd rather have just 20% damage reduction up all the time, and that's chill. For boots, we have Masterwork Strength, again, Fury Generation, movement speed, double movement speed, Warcry is pretty cool. And this one we have Anger Management on there, which is huge. While above 50 primary resource, you deal 20% increased damage all the time, and gain Berserking. We're losing 3 resource generation over time, but I mean, like, we have a ton. So, like, these boots out-sustain that effect anyway. So, for the weapon, this is interesting. So, for the weapon, I wanted a GA'd weapon damage mace. We're actually hitting with the mace, so this is where we do want weapon damage. We have strength on there, we have crit strike damage multiplier on there, and we have lucky hit restoring resource on there. I do kind of wonder eventually we could take that off, but you do not want to have your primary resource be depleted or you die. So we have a ton of sources of resource generation. We have tempered crit chance on there. Remember, whenever you temper, you can just keep re-rolling it until it gives you the greater affixed version, and I recommend doing that when you're actually making like your endgame gear. We have this imprinted with channeling for a massive 140% increase. It's gem with skulls. I guess while we were talking about it, we can gem for strength here. I'm gemming for Igni and wolves. So the wolves, whenever I use like a shout or any ability, they will all pop out and gank people and make them vulnerable and freeze them. And then for my other rune combo, whenever I move a certain distance, I will just automatically Warcry, and that's kind of nice. So that's this. Again, this is another essential part of the build. The most important thing here is weapon damage, strength. I mean, all that's good. For this, you want no life on it. I have crit strike chance on it. This weapon is Garbanzo. It has weapon damage, which you don't want on any weapon besides mace, but it has strength, and all damage multi is acceptable. But the damage over time multi and weapon damage literally don't do anything, so oh well. But we do want the effect, and this is probably the best Ancestral Ramaladnis that I've found so far, but we can definitely improve this, and we will. There's a lot of room to improve this build, and I'm excited about that. So then for the other weapon, we don't want weapon damage. This one's good. Has strength, all damage multiplier, crit strength multiplier, and regenning resource, which is great. By the way, if you guys want to see what it looked like to craft all of this gear, we did it live on stream, and it was our stream from like it'll say massive crafting session on there. Maybe I'll link it in the video. But we crafted all of this gear live, so you can kind of take it through. The crafting in Diablo 4 is fantastic. It's pretty deterministic as long as you have a decent enough starting point and enough resources. But it's awesome. You can pretty much craft what you want. It's very nice. But anyway, we put heavy hitter on that for the earthquakes, just doing more damage. Another 60% damage modifier. It's great. For the sword, we have G8 strength, all damage multiplier, crit damage multiplier. This weapon is not perfect, but I mean it works. We spent about, I don't know, 2 billion gold trying to get it to roll that critical strike damage multiplier, but sword has a lot of room to improve. Again, we have tempered G8 crit chance on everything, and we're going for crit strike multi where we can get it, right? But the thing is, here's the thing about weapons. So all the GAs and all the stats are good, but the main thing that you want for a weapon is for it to transfigure the increased gem effect. Almost nothing else matters nearly as much as that. Whenever you transfigure your items, you want to transfigure for increased gem effect, because it takes these like 20% gems and turns them into like 100% damage increase. It's absurd. So what I'm probably going to be doing over time is collecting lots of like weapon damage GA maces and like crit damage GA two-handed weapons and crit damage GA'd little weapons or strength weapons or whatever, and just try to craft as many of these as I can to make them decent, so a chance that you could transfigure them into increased gem effect. That's something I want to mention. I don't have it because I haven't transfigured anything except for some of this stuff. So I just need to change things around. They might enable endless rage power again, in which case that would be crazy for this build. But anyway, that's what I want on my sword. Strength, all damage, crit damage multi, and lucky hit restore. Temper the crit chance on there and put the fortify on there because it's a 130 modifier on a two-hander. So Ring of Starless Skies is another one of those like fairly essential mythics. You don't need a Ring of Starless Skies. I mean, sorry, you don't need to do low health for Ring of Starless Skies. You can get Ring of Starless, you can get Air of Perdition and not do the low health variant, which I was doing for a while. The low health variant comes online when you get Melted Heart of Selig and to get a good Ramaladni's. But what I got on here is I masterworked the crit. It did have lucky hit GA, which is nice. I put resource generation on there. I did transfigure it and it gave me quality, which is nice. Nice enough. The other ring that we crafted this one, we have the GA crit and strength on there. We enchanted for crit strike damage multiplier and masterworked it. It already had vulnerable damage multiplier, which is fine. And then we got the edge masters on there, which is pretty neat. There's a chance that this changes a little bit when I try an Overpower variant of this. That's probably what I'm looking for next, is Overpower variant, and then the ring would have Deluge on it for some massive Overpower scaling. But we're not doing that yet. Don't worry. This is the next step in the build's progression, is just switching to low life, and this is what it looks like. And then you have the Melted Heart of Selig, which we kind of mentioned briefly. It didn't have any GAs on it, but we masterworked the resource generation, tempered resource generation on there. And then we were able to kind of continuously reroll it with the necklace specific transfiguration in the cube to get it have berserking increases all all your damage for a while, which is cool. I don't swap weapons, we don't care. It's just 20% more damage while berserking is great. I used to use the shout one on there. The shouts last longer. That's kind of chill. You can put that on boots too, but I think what we got going on right now is pretty nice. But that's what we have cooking for the actual gear itself. Again, every piece of gear has to have no life on it whatsoever, and you want to get to like 100% crit chance and then stack crit damage. We have 96, but remember my Paragon's going to give me 5% all the time. And then in terms of my glyphs or like seal charm situation, I'm using Endurant Faith, like I mentioned, to spread out the damage that we take and make it easier for you to regen through it with using your Fury. It has Fizz Resist and Max Resource on there. That's insane. That's just crazy. Very glad that we got that. For the Berserker Crucible stuff, I'm looking for maximum resource more than Whirlwind right now, I think. But I have an all stats that helps me fix everything with my stats, so I'm using that. Maximum resource here, maximum resource here. I still have a martial skills here. In the tooltip, it makes Whirlwind damage go down when I switch from martial skills to max Fury, but again, max resource is damage and survivability, so pretty big deal. And I'm just running with like a random like crit strike damage 6-slot seal. The Berserker's Crucible effect on it really isn't that good. I could probably find a better 6-slot seal if I wanted to, but what I really want is the mythic one. But this is fine for now. In terms of Paragon, We are doing something very similar. We're starting off with Undaunted, which is giving me damage reduction and damage while fortified. We're transitioning into Warbringer still for Fortify. We are putting Territorial Heal. I'm really leaning into damage reduction right now, but we could do other things. This is damage to close. A lot of enemies that are weak will die no matter where they are, but strong enemies, you're usually parked right up on top of them to do the most damage, and damage to close is cool, and damage reduction to close is cool. Leading into tankiness for now, and then we can kind of remove tankiness to add damage as we kind of get a feel for it. Carnage, just, you know, attack speed, physical damage increase is great. We're putting Twister there, Twister for big duster damage, massive dust devil damage. And then we are going into Flawless Technique to get an extra 5% crit chance and 50% crit strike damage. And I'm gemming for Wrath, which is more crit strike damage. Another way to generate Fury here for the homies who are like, man, I can't generate enough Fury to Whirlwind. Once you get a little bit of crit on your build, skills that critically strike generate 3 Fury helps a lot. Stacking this much damage, I mean, is... I think I'm, like, to the point where I've gotten most of the little stuff that I want. Like, we're avoiding life, so we can actually do more damage stuff on the Paragon now. But we can start putting points into the little, like, dexterity in the area to really crank this up. Same thing with Twister. And then we have Ire down here at the bottom. I did switch this out, though. I didn't really feel like I was using Bleed very much. I didn't really want to force Bleed in the build. But I also really like the idea of doing more damage to healthy and injured enemies. Like, when you're hitting little enemies and you're just, like, rolling through them, they get, bow, one-shotted because you hit them for 75% increased damage. And then bosses, when they're low health and they're trying to do everything they can to, like, kill you with their BS mechanics when they're low, you can burn them down, which I like that. That's fun. But then we've got, in this one, we have Ire, which is damage while berserking, and damage reduction from elites while berserking, when you're always berserking. So I'm stacking a lot of glyphs that give me offensive and defensive bonuses, and I think that's fine for now. If I was going to change some other stuff, I might eventually try Exploit, because that one's just volume damage. It's kind of nice. We'll see. The other thing that we need to look at eventually is Dominate. I think the next thing that I'm curious about for the build is optimizing into some Overpower stuff. I think Overpower is going to be like the next wave of squeezing a little bit more damage out of your build. And I think Overpower is how I'm going to do that. But that's where I'm set up for now. In terms of my actual skill tree, I don't know if I'd really pay a lot of attention to what I'm doing with my ult. Not a lot has changed up here. We're still doing Whirlwind with more damage, cost additional Fury, causing it to do more damage as you channel it, and using them Duster Devils because they do a lot of freaking damage and they're kind of nice AoE and they can shotgun. They actually do more damage than Whirlwind itself, which is kind of wild. So we're using that. Rallying Cry, we're absolutely using the resource generation. I mean, the resource generation is essentially life regeneration. Movement speed is crazy, keeps your Fury high. Fortifying you is nice. I don't know if I mean, like, I feel like almost like I could just not use the Warbringer tree and use something else and just spam Fortify from Rallying Cry. But right now we're doing that. We don't need to increase its duration because you just spam it constantly anyway. It is nice to have the Fury gain, though. That's very nice. I don't know if you need this thingy. I mean, I guess if you have your summons out, you can regen even more Fury or movement speed, but I don't think you need that. That's chill. Because you're whirlwinding, you're moving, so it's all good. Then we have Challenging Shout. Challenging Shout is just making it last a little bit longer. We are using Challenging Shout to do damage reduction. I don't know if I have a source of Weaken, so I may want to consider using Weaken. I liked the shouts last longer and weaken enemies. And again, like I said, I could probably put that on the pants. But we'll see. We'll see. That might be something I consider instead of duration bonus, but duration is nice too. Challenging Shout grants additional damage reduction. That's nice. And then the damage increase is tremendous. If you needed tankiness, you could do Challenging Shout. Gives you Fury, but I think that's just crazy. Crazy to do more damage with Challenging Shout as well. Then Warcry, speaking of more damage, we're getting Ferocity, which is attack speed. Don't care about a slow, really. This is just giving you like a little bit more damage out of your thing. We don't need Berserking, but it's a more reliable damage increase than Fearing against one target, so that's chill. This does scale better, 19% in a AoE scenario, so I mean, I probably should actually try this out. Although my allies gain its effect, but none of my allies do any damage. I might try this, man. It only gives you, the problem is it only gives you 2% damage against the boss, and I feel like that's just not good enough. So we go all the way down here, and then Wrath of the Berserker, I like that one a lot with Berserking damage bonus for more damage. You could do Fury generation for more defense and still damage because of the 20% attack, or the 30% attack speed or whatever, 20% attack speed. And then Overpower stacks just increases your damage, which is nice. and then this just makes it last longer. I'm just farming right now, so I'm kind of experimenting with chucking an ancient around and them just giving you 20% damage and attack speed, and you and your ancients, you get 7% damage increase. I just don't know, man. Like, I feel like for actual like pit pushing, this is kind of nice. It's just a full 90-second cooldown, so that's kind of one of the reasons I'm a little bit hesitant. I think it's a much powerful ability, but you know, this is kind of chill. You just have like one homie out hanging out with you all the time, and that works, right? So you just crank up some skills on that, and then it's again, it's just a buff that you use. It's not even like a big damage cooldown, but you know, you get some damage increase. You get like 27% damage increase, something like that, just for having a homie out all the time. And that's what I'm experimenting with right now. I don't necessarily know if I'm swapping off of Wrath of the Berserker for that, but that's pretty much that. I think we could probably run like a really quick pit. I just don't think you necessarily even need to see how it's not like that much different looking, I don't think. We got to go soon, so we can't really do a long pit, but it doesn't look that much different than what I was doing before. I just think that the advantage is a couple different things. You're scaling like I mentioned, you're scaling your offense and defense off of the same stat, pretty much. Can I move? And that's where things are crazy. Because when you can scale offense and defense off of the same stat investment with maximum fury and whatnot, and fury regeneration is both recovery, like, and, you know, keeping your damage high, like that's where the juice comes in. And I'm pretty sure you can just kind of like stand in AoE now, which is also a damage increase, right? If you don't have to move around and like dodge and kite, that's actually a damage increase. I mean, it's also like quality of life, right? Just kind of like just chill out. It's a very safe play style. But again, I think that the next frontier for making this build go crazy is like the Overpower. Because again, when you get really strong, you're kind of just like squeezing like 5%, 10% damage here and there, and if you can find something that does that, that's pretty much what you do. And I think the Overpower is kind of the way, because you can use the Deluge glyph to give you another 96 if you use Tidal on the weapon on the two-hander, and then use Deluge on a ring. You can get a total of 96% more damage. Or sorry, not it's more than that. It's 96 more max fury. And Overpower also scales crazy with that Dominate glyph, so there's just a lot going on that I want to experiment with Overpower and max fury. So the damage I really do feel like looks very similar to what I was doing before. But if you'll notice, like, I think before I was using life, I probably would have to kite out of some of these like lightning things, even though I had good resist and like 85k life and defense and whatnot. I would have to kite a little bit, and I don't think I have to kite anymore. So something to consider. Just kind of sit here and tank it. Just park your feet and blast. I probably should still move around a little bit so that I get the war cry proccing, but yeah. Spam your little homie every 6 seconds kind of feels good too. Bring him out, let him get involved. If you tank the Executioner Blade, it's all good. So again, the strength is the tankiness, but there is some very interesting scaling that you can do using Overpower that I think I'm interested in. But yeah, I mean, we put a lot of farming together to get the build going, and we did, and I think this is like the next kind of like platform from which to scale the build on. Should be sick, dude. We'll blast the rest of this, then we got a jet, but we went back tonight for more farming. But I did want to share with you guys this, because it's kind of something I've been thinking about. It's a what I feel like is a relatively natural progression for the build. You find a Heart of Selig, and you're like, well, here we go. Time to scale up the low life. You don't have to do low life though. Like, it's just, I think it's a nice way to kind of really solve defense and let you kind of figure out tanking. Yeah, it's like that right there. Like, I think that those fire things have definitely killed me before. I'm pretty sure we got hit by it. I kind of still don't want to get hit by it because I'm scared. But we frequently die while making a little build update videos, so, you know, it wouldn't be anything new. Just tank all this, maybe? Like, my fury doesn't even go down, which suggests to me that we're not really taking much. I don't think that this interaction is, like, bugged or anything like that, because Melted Heart of Selig has definitely been a thing in Diablo for a couple seasons now, by my understanding. It's just powerful stuff. You take big hits, and you immediately reduce it by a ton. and it hits a fury pool that literally is going to be more than my health pool pretty soon. And then you kind of fury regen through it. I'm going to probably end up clicking these and not get a single upgrade. Oh, we got one. It's still 16%. I think we just keep clicking it. Oh my god, it's still 16%. We just keep clicking it. 2 upgrades on a 16% is crazy. We take those. But all right, boys, I got a jet. Gonna go pick up my boy, go hang out with him for a little bit, and then we'll see y'all in the evening. But I did want to make a build update. Very, very fun stuff. Continuing to have a blast, continuing to have lots of different things to farm for. Again, we got our first look at the deep crafting yesterday, and it's tremendous. And we have an idea of what we need to keep going for. You know, we got lots of cool things to farm up, and we'll keep doing it. But thanks for watching. We're out of here. We'll see you guys on the stream every day. Keep it pumping. See you soon. Peace. All right, guys. For real though, we do gotta peace out. When are you gonna do some community coaching for bodybuilding prep fitness goals and become a cajillionaire? I don't know. We could. That's a way of using my time that I have not wanted to do yet. But if people are interested in coaching and we could figure out a price that makes sense, we could do it. But anyway, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna go pick up the baby, and I will see you guys later tonight. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon for more Diablo gaming. Peace.